She was a genius girl from the mathematics department. Just wanted to be a keyboard warrior for once. She wrote a review for a novel, complaining that the cannon fodder female character, Ling Yu, was the most disgusting person of the year. But she never expected to transmigrate because of it. The most ironic part was that the person she transmigrated into was this very supporting character. According to the novel, Ling Yu is a dark and duplicitous person. She had a secret crush on the male lead, Lu Fui, but didn't dare to compete openly with the female lead, Mu Yao. She only knew how to plot against the female lead, but was unexpectedly discovered by the female lead's younger brother, Mu Sheng. So, he pretended to marry Ling Yu in front of his sister. In reality, however, he cruelly tortured her, leading Ling Yu to a tragic end. Moreover, while Mu Sheng was nominally Mu Yao's younger brother, he had a twisted obsession with her. In front of Mu Yao, he acted innocent, cute, and kind, but in reality, his personality was sinister and extremely vengeful. He was a black lotus, pure on the surface but dark on the inside. Suddenly, a red light flashed in her mind. The system prompted, to return to the real world, you must complete the special tasks assigned by the system. Task 1. Follow the original character's trajectory in the plot and create obstacles for the male lead's relationship. Task 2. Make the female lead's devoted brother, Mu Sheng, fall in love with you. After hearing this, Ling Yu wanted to strangle herself on the spot. This trashy system actually wanted me to make that black lotus fall in love with me. Anxious, she paced back and forth in the room. Then she leaned against the window, sighing with emotion. Although she thought this Yandere villain was cool when reading the novel, in real life, who would choose this psychopath as a boyfriend? What's more, she had to make him fall in love with her. Suddenly, lightning flashed and thunder rumbled in the sky. Footsteps were heard outside the door. He slowly walked into Ling Yu's room. This terrified Ling Yu. Who could be so late at night? It couldn't be the Black Lotus, could it? A knock came from the door, followed by a voice calling, "Miss Ling, I've changed into the wedding clothes. We're just waiting for the demon that specializes in preying on newlywed couples to appear." Ling Yu let out a deep sigh of relief. So it was the scene where Ling Yu and Lu Fui pretend to be a newlywed couple to lure out the demon. Lu Fui pushed open the door, calling Meow Meow. Ling Yu sized him up. So this is the novel's male lead. He's indeed good-looking. But what did you call me? Lu Fui explained, "Miss Ling, I remember your nickname is Meow Meow. Since we're pretending to be a newlywed couple, we should be more intimate." Ling Yu was instantly overjoyed, agreeing wholeheartedly that it was the right way to address her. But inwardly, she thought, since the male lead has already gotten into character, I need to adapt to my role and start acting quickly. Then, with a look of deep affection, she sweetly called out Fui. Lu Fui, delighted, extended his hand. "Well then, Meow Meow, let's begin the wedding ceremony." He then stepped into the room. Ling Yu suddenly stopped him. "Don't come over yet." She remembered the scene from the novel. The moment Lu Fui stepped into the room, he would trigger the demon's magic array. Lu Fui asked, puzzled, "What's wrong?" Then the array activated. Shards of a mirror shot up. Only then did Lu Fui realize that the demon had already set an ambush in the room. Seeing all this, Ling Yu was even more certain that she had transmigrated. Lu Fui exclaimed, "Oh no, it's starting to attack." Ling Yu's heart pounded with anxiety. Quick, think, what did the novel say? Suddenly, her eyes widened as she remembered. She quickly untied her personal jade pendant and threw it into the mirror shards. Lu Fui asked, puzzled, "Meow Meow, why did you do that?" Ling Yu explained to him, "The mirror surfaces can reflect continuously. Eventually, it will hit its main body. Once it's in pain, it will reveal its true form." Before long, Ling Yu cried out, "Fui, the water mirror demon is about to reveal itself." Lu Fui immediately took out the 9 profound demon-collecting pagoda, preparing to capture the water mirror demon. However, it fled without a fight. Lu Fui gave chase. Suddenly, in Ling Yu's mind, the system prompted a new task: tear the ceiling diagram in Mu Yao's room to leave the injured Mu Yao unprotected. The system has already done it for the host as a sample. Ling Yu was stunned on the spot. In other words, I haven't even started causing trouble, and the system has already done it for me. And I have to take the blame. Wait, in the novel, after Mu Yao lost her protection, she was almost killed by the demon. If Mu Sheng finds out I had a hand in this, won't I be doomed? I have to fix this quickly. So she chased after him frantically, shouting, "What about Mu Yao? Go check on Mu Yao. I'm afraid she's in danger." However, Lu Fui replied without concern, "Yaoer will be fine. I've already drawn ceiling talismans on the doors and windows. It's foolproof." Ling Yu screamed inwardly, but the ceiling talismans were torn by Daddy's system. Lu Fui saw the water mirror demon and Mu Yao in the air and shouted, "Yaoer is in danger." The water mirror demon attacked without hesitation. Just at that critical moment, a talisman paper shot over and hit it on the head. It then exploded in a burst of fire. Lingyu was terrified. This signature fiery explosion was the exclusive move of the Black Lotus, Mu Sheng. Mu Sheng appeared quickly, his face full of killing intent. "Whoever hurts my sister dies." This supporting female character is truly too miserable. The moment she transmigrated, she was set up by the system, becoming the scapegoat for harming the female lead. She even has to win over the ruthless, cunning Black Lotus. And this Black Lotus is the brother of the female lead the system just framed her for harming. If he finds out, she'll surely be tormented to death. So she rushed forward to help, but it was too late. The Black Lotus appeared in time to save the female lead. Seeing the Black Lotus make his grand entrance, Lin Miao Miao was surprisingly smitten. She had thought the Black Lotus would be a gloomy-faced person, but she didn't expect him to have such a youthful air. A young man and a high ponytail are truly a perfect match. However, the Black Lotus was filled with rage, questioning Lu Fui. "I just stepped out to gather some herbs, and my sister gets into trouble. How did you watch over her? I told you again and again. You still did this to my sister." Suddenly, Mu Yao woke up and called his name. The Black Lotus, full of concern, asked, "Sister, does it hurt?" However, Mu Yao ignored him and instead spoke up for Lu Fui. The Black Lotus placed Mu Yao's hand on his own face, saying pitifully that he was in great pain. Suddenly, Mu Yao got up and left his embrace, scolding, "There you go again. If it hurts, go back and apply medicine. You still have the energy to shout." Inwardly, she was even more reproachful. This child never learns unless you give him a stern look. Always so rash and impolite. The Black Lotus quickly acted weak and explained, "Sister, I didn't get angry on purpose. I told him not to leave you alone. Is catching a demon more important than my sister's life?" He even listened to Ling Yu's idea and ran off to get married. Seeing him so disobedient, Mu Yao shouted in a rage, "Mu Sheng, marrying in her place was just an act to exorcise a demon. How can our family produce a coward who fears death?" Lu Fui suddenly hugged Mu Yao from behind, apologizing with a wronged expression. "Yaoer, it's my fault. It's my fault." Mu Yao's heart ached. "I know you were considering the bigger picture." Ah Sheng was just overly anxious. Lu Fui looked relieved. "I'll help you back to your room." Mu Yao agreed. The neglected Black Lotus trembled with anger. In the distance, Ling Yu gloated. "Ignored, weren't you, Black Lotus? Your anger could probably burn down the house right now." He turned his head, his eyes full of killing intent, and stared at Ling Yu. Hiding behind a tree, she was so scared she quickly covered her mouth, trembling all over, breaking out in a cold sweat. The Black Lotus came up to her, questioning her furiously. "Miss Ling, your scheme succeeded. You even got to be the bride. I don't know what you're crying about over here." Ling Yu was confused. "How am I crying? Does Ling Yu have a condition where her eyes water in the wind?" Suddenly, she remembered. In the original story, Ling Yu cried alone after seeing the male and female leads being affectionate. If he connects this to something, it'll be terrible. The Black Lotus stared fiercely at Ling Yu. "Why aren't you answering?" On the surface, Ling Yu was weeping, but inwardly she was furious. "Why is this body out of my control? Are all transmigration systems this terrible?" The Black Lotus pressed closer. "Or are you hiding something from me?" Ling Yu quickly covered her eyes and cried out, "No, no, no. It's just so touching. I also want to be like Sister Mu and meet a lover like Big Brother Lu. That would be so wonderful. When will I ever meet a good man like Big Brother Lu?" The Black Lotus sneered. "Lu Fui, what's so good about it?" But Ling Yu didn't know that her unintentional praise had not only resolved her crisis, but also provoked his desire for revenge. So he reached out and touched Ling Yu's chin, speaking with ill intent. "So Miss Ling likes people like Lu Fui." His thumb didn't forget to brush against the side of her mouth. Ling Yu was instantly terrified, screaming for help. The Black Lotus is going to kill someone. He released his fingers, his face full of ridicule. "What does Miss Ling know? Your rouge is smeared. You look like a child who just finished eating. But you look even more like a ghost I once caught. That ghost said the wrong thing when it was alive, and its mouth was forcibly torn open. just like Miss Ling right now. Ling Yu was so scared, she almost collapsed. The Black Lotus didn't forget to add, a person as smart and eloquent as Miss Ling certainly won't be like this after death. Then he turned and left. Ling Yu was dumbfounded, drenched in a cold sweat. Was he deliberately trying to scare me just now? But now I've truly seen it. The Black Lotus really is a two-faced person. Making me win over a Black Lotus like this? Isn't this too difficult? This fake sister is truly too wicked. As soon as she returned to the Yu family, she couldn't wait to eliminate dissidents and take control of the Marquis mansion. She bewitched her mother to take away Yu Xiang's power and even wanted to send Yu Xiang to a country estate. She even went to Yu Pinion to slander her. Even offline, she encouraged her younger sister to elope with the Fong family's young master. However, she didn't know that Yu Xiang had already seen through everything. She even became a catalyst for Yu Xiang and Yu Pinion. But the clueless Yu Siyu still thought Shun Miao was doing it for her own good. On a dark and windy night, she climbed over the wall. Although she was out of breath, she was ecstatic. Once she crossed this wall, she would be the daughter-in-law of the richest family in Yangzhou, the Fong family. Suddenly, Yu Xiang called out to her, "Eldest sister, in the dead of night, you've specially come to the top of this wall to admire the moon. What a beautiful thing to do." Yu Siyu was so scared she almost jumped out her skin, screaming. She couldn't believe Yu Xiang would appear here. But seeing Chiu Momo beside her, she understood. Standing on the wall, she trembled with anger. "It's you again, you old hag, ruining my plans." Yu Xiang warned her, "Eldest sister, you'd better not move. It's very dangerous on top of the wall." However, at the same time, Yu Siyu fell from the wall. Yu Xiang looked helpless. That fall must have hurt. "You, carefully help her to the old ancestor's place." Momo agreed. When the old ancestor learned what happened, she exploded with anger at Yu Siyu. Well, your wings have grown stiff. You even dare to do something as shameful as eloping. Is the Fong family that good that you're willing to risk your reputation to marry into it? Yu Siyu's eyes filled with tears, but she thought to herself, the Fong family is immensely wealthy, and that young Master Fong is as handsome as a jade tree and has a bright future. If I miss this chance with the Fong family, I'm afraid I'll never find such a good match again. So she kowtowed and pleaded, "Whether the Fong family is good or not, your granddaughter doesn't care. Your granddaughter is simply in love with young Master Fong. I implore the old ancestor to grant my wish." The old ancestor's eyes blazed with anger, and she threw a teacup at Yu Siyu. "How did my Yu family produce someone as shameless as you?" However, Yu Siyu wept and took the hit from the teacup. Even if her head was smashed and bleeding, she didn't hesitate, vowing to plead with the old ancestor to grant her wish. "Granddaughter has no other desire. Please, old ancestor, grant me this wish. I will remember your kindness for the rest of my life." Suddenly, Yu Pinion asked, "Are you sure you won't marry anyone but that little one from the Fong family?" "See, you will marry no one but young Master Fong." A slight smile appeared on Yu Pinion's lips, a mischievous glint in his eyes. "Since you are so insistent, I will agree on behalf of the old ancestor. You may go back first. I will smooth things over with the old ancestor for you." Yu Siyu was instantly overjoyed. "Really? Siyu thanks you, big brother." The old ancestor looked puzzled, but Yu Pinion warned Yu Siyu, "You don't need to thank me. Just don't back out at the last minute." Afraid the old ancestor would change her mind, Yu Siyu immediately jumped up and ran out, saying, "I won't back out." "Siyu will never back out." The old ancestor asked, "What is the meaning of this? Although the Fong family is about to fall, it hasn't fallen yet. To let the eldest girl marry over now, isn't this just asking for the emperor's suspicion?" Yu Pinion replied with a mischievous smile, "Old ancestor, the Fong family has already fallen. Father Fong committed suicide in the Supreme Court's prison yesterday to atone for his crimes. The official title Fong Zhichen just obtained was also taken away to offset his crimes. Besides, our elder sister is so insistent. Why not fulfill her wish?" Yu Xiang burst out laughing. "Brother, how can you be so cunning? You know Yu Siyu's heart isn't set on Fong Zhichen, but on the Fong family, yet you still deceive her like this." The old ancestor was satisfied. "We should have scared her like this long ago, to shatter her beautiful dream of flying up the branch to become a phoenix. She doesn't even think about what Pinion does. How could the emperor possibly watch as the Marquis mansion uses marriage to form factions for personal gain?" Yu Pinion agreed. "Grandson thinks so too. First, we'll crush her improper thoughts. Then, the old ancestor can step in and pick a suitable husband for her. It's getting late, so grandson won't disturb the old ancestor's rest." Yu Xiang waved goodbye to the old ancestor ancestor, wishing her good night. But the old ancestor called out to Yu Pinion, "Take this scroll with you." Yu Pinion looked helpless. "Old ancestor, I've told you before, you don't need to worry about it." But the old ancestor wouldn't have it. "How can I not worry? You're already 19 this year. If we don't start arranging things, it'll be too late." Yu Pinion was speechless, sweating. The old ancestor looked at him. "See, you're sweating. You won't have a hand to carry it back. So just forget it." How could the old ancestor let him have his way? "What do you mean you don't have a hand? Isn't Xiang'er your hand? Here, Xiang'er, hold this for your brother." Yu Xiang was instantly dumbfounded and cried out. The moody black lotus is truly terrifying. He almost tore the transmigrated Lin Miao Miao to shreds. She showed her envy for the male and female leads' loving relationship, but unexpectedly resolved her own crisis. But it provoked the Black Lotus's jealousy and desire for revenge. Yet the system is still forcing her to win over the Black Lotus. So, to better complete the system's task, she transformed into a soft, cute glutton. The maid was stunned by the way she ate. However, Lin Miao Miao wasn't satisfied at all, asking the maid if there was a bigger basin, even gesturing with her hands. The maid gestured back, replying that there seemed to be a basin that big. Lin Miao Miao was thrilled. "Next time we eat, bring that basin over for me. Put on the table. It'll be easier for me to get more rice, and I'll feel more at ease." After eating and drinking her fill, she was full of energy. It's time to properly train this weak body. So she started jogging in her own courtyard. She was inwardly pleased. Thankfully, when it's not related to a task, the system plays dead in a corner, letting me move freely. But then she accidentally bumped into her father. Her father furiously scolded. What was that? Running around so early in the morning. But the next second, seeing it was his precious daughter, his eyes instantly lit up as he transformed into a doting father. Oh my, did you get hurt? What are you doing?" Lin Miao Miao was helpless. "That I'm fine. I'm jogging." Her father was embarrassed. Lin Miao Miao refused her father without hesitation. The day's plan is made in the morning. Absorbing the essence of heaven and earth is good for my health. Her father was thrilled to hear this that I see. Then Miao Miao, you should keep running, but don't wear this. Daddy will have someone make you a new pair of pants. They'll have a floral print, very pretty. Lin Miao Miao was extremely embarrassed. "Thank you, Daddy, but maybe no floral print." Her father, overjoyed, said good 3 times. "Then let's go with big flowers. Big red flowers for my good girl. Daddy will have them made for you right away." Lin Miao Miao was instantly petrified on the spot. The next day, Lin Miao Miao changed into her red battle gear and continued her morning run. She was pleased. "I didn't expect Ling Yu's father to be just like my dad, doting on his daughter. It feels so familiar. And it's been so relaxing without any tasks these past 2 days." Suddenly, the Black Lotus appeared and called out to her, instantly scaring the just rejoicing Lin Miao Miao into a cold sweat. The Black Lotus's lips curled up. He pointed at her clothes and asked, "Miss Ling, what are you doing?" Lin Miao Miao stretched her limbs and explained, "The day's plan is made in the morning. I'm absorbing the essence of heaven and earth." The Black Lotus was amused by her, which stunned Lin Miao Miao. The Black Lotus actually smiled. The Black Lotus showed his white teeth and laughed mockingly. "Miss Ling, you're not a Lingji mushroom. How can you absorb the essence of heaven and earth?" Lin Miao Miao wiped the sweat from her face. "There are always benefits. At least next time I encounter a demon, I can run faster." The Black Lotus slowly approached, staring at her. "Speaking of demons, that reminds me of something. I heard from Lu Fui that you warned him my sister was in danger. How did you know in advance that my sister was in danger?" Lin Miao Miao's eyes widened in fear. Oh no, why did this Black Lotus suddenly change his expression? But she forced herself to remain calm. "I didn't know Mu Yao would be in danger. It's just that you all left an injured girl alone in a room. That's a perfect opportunity for someone. I felt uneasy, so I told him to go check." But the Black Lotus looked disdainful that MY's sister is no ordinary girl. She is a demon hunter of the Mu family. Lin Miao Miao quickly retorted, "So what? Even the strongest person needs protection when they're injured." The Black Lotus's face was expressionless, but he was surprised inside. I didn't expect her to think this way. From his perspective, she doesn't seem so malicious. But then he saw Lin Miao Miao's pants and looked intrigued. Lin Miao Miao was speechless with embarrassment. Why is he looking at my pants again? It seems these pants are a bit too trendy. So, to resolve the awkwardness, she started introducing them on her own. "Young Master Mu, If you're interested, I can have my dad make a pair for you too. What kind of pattern would you like? How about a lotus? The black lotus's face darkened, and he turned and walked away, thinking to himself, I was overthinking it. Lin Meow Meow was so scared by him her soul almost left her body. The black lotus is so moody. He really scared me to death. She was relieved that she had gotten through it. But I can't always be this passive. I need to find a way to actively win him over. This cannon fodder supporting character is really in an awkward spot. She wanted to actively win over the black lotus, but she didn't expect to encounter such a celebration banquet. It was simply a scene of intense conflict. The black lotus put a piece of delicious salt and pepper chicken on his sister's plate. However, Mu Yao gave the salt and pepper chicken to Lu Fui. The two of them started showing off their affection right in front of him. The black lotus was instantly filled with silent rage. Lin Meow Meow broke out in a cold sweat. It's over. After the water mirror demon incident, Lu Fui and Mu Yao's relationship has deepened. The black lotus must be fuming. Seeing the scene was so awkward, her father directly broke the tension, putting a fresh, delicious chicken wing on the black lotus's plate, even telling him to eat more. Eat more. Lin Meow Meow was dumbfounded, secretly sweating for her father. You shouldn't get involved in this mess. The black lotus ignored him, just giving a cold thanks. This made her father extremely embarrassed. Lin Meow Meow was even more certain. When the black lotus is in a bad mood, he takes it out on others. Poor daddy. I have to help him ease this awkward atmosphere. Since he doesn't want it, I'll just take it. She reached out with her chopsticks and took the chicken wing from the black lotus's bowl, leaving him stunned. Lin Meow Meow told him with deep affection, I'm not full yet. Can I have it? Seeing her like this, her father began to lecture her. Good girl. It's not like our family can't afford chicken. If there's not enough, we can just get more. How can you take food from a guest bowl? Lin Meow Meow's eyes sparkled. She told her father, I saw that young Master Mu doesn't like chicken wings, but I love them. Our family's chicken wings are so delicious. Her father's heart melted at her words. He pulled her into a deep hug. However, the black lotus stared at her, his face full of disbelief. How could she smile like that? My sister never smiles like that. Lin Meow Meow felt someone staring at her. She turned her head to look. However, the black lotus quickly turned his head to look elsewhere. Lin Meow Meow thought she had made him angry by taking his chicken wing. But upon closer observation, the black lotus was indeed still angry. Forget it. I'll just roll with it. Then she gave an awkward but polite smile and thanked the black lotus. The black lotus replied unkindly, You're welcome. I don't like chicken wings as much as Miss Ling Yu does. Lin Meow Meow froze on the spot, sweating. I was just thinking about actively winning him over, and now I've made him angry. Will his affection level for me turn negative? The chicken wing in her hand suddenly didn't seem so tasty anymore. Suddenly, the system prompted in her mind. You need to follow the character Ling Yu's trajectory. Increase your relative time and intimacy with the character Lu Fui. This made Lin Meow Meow feel utterly hopeless. System, do you have to add to my troubles when I'm already depressed? So when night came, Lin Meow Meow secretly went to Lu Fui's room, but was unexpectedly discovered by the black lotus. Arriving outside Lu Fui's guest room, she saw the window paper and felt helpless. It's so torn. How many times has this Ling Yu spied on the male lead? Then she focused on peeking. Suddenly, a hand slapped her on the shoulder. She slowly turned her head, so scared her soul left her body. The black lotus, his face full of killing intent, asked her, Miss Ling, what are you doing? This cannon fodder supporting character is really too funny. The system told her to increase her intimacy with the male lead. To complete the task, she went to the male lead's doorway late at night to peep, and was caught in the act by the passing black lotus, instantly scaring her soul out of her body and drenching her in a cold sweat. The black lotus was fierce, questioning her, What are you doing here? Lin Meow Meow was terrified and frightened. Inwardly, she thought, he can't find out I'm spying on his sister and Lu Fui. So she explained tremblingly, Nothing. I couldn't sleep, so I was just walking around. The black lotus smiled wickedly and leaned in. Miss Ling can't sleep for no reason. Did you do something to feel guilty about? Lin Meow Meow's lips twitched, and she broke into a cold sweat. He's trying to trap me. The black lotus is trying to trap me again. She quickly squatted down in fear and replied to the black lotus, It's just some girlish thoughts. I want to find someone to talk to, but everyone's asleep. The black lotus smiled dangerously. What a coincidence. I'm not asleep either. I'll chat with Miss Ling. He pulled her along, wanting to have a talk about life. Lin Meow Meow cried out in fear. Do we have to chat like this? The Black Lotus turned and let go of her hand, looking at her sideways. When you took food from my bowl, weren't you quite familiar with me then? Then he pulled her into his arms, saying, Why are you being so polite now? Lin Meow Meow quickly slipped out. She grabbed the Black Lotus's arm and told him, It's windy outside. Why don't we go to my room to chat? Inwardly, she thought, I need to get out of this dark, creepy place quickly. If the Black Lotus finds out I'm on a mission, it'll be terrible. So she didn't hesitate to lead the wolf into her own house. Then she pulled away and pushed the Black Lotus into the room, feeling annoyed inside. He's really a man who doesn't understand romance. The Black Lotus came to her room and started playing Go with her, but it made him very confused. What am I doing? I actually followed him into a girl's private room. Well, she's not a normal woman anyway. Before long, the Black Lotus grew impatient. With a murderous look, he questioned her, Miss Ling, do you know how to play Go? Lin Meow Meow smiled awkwardly. I'm not very good at it. The Black Lotus was instantly speechless. This isn't not very good. This is complete nonsense. I must be crazy. I knew she was just messing with me, yet I played along with her nonsense. The Black Lotus slowly put down the game piece, ready to leave. However, how could Lin Meow Meow miss this opportunity to win him over? She reached out and grabbed the Black Lotus, comforting him. Young Master Mu, don't be angry. I'm not very good at traditional Go, but take a closer look. This is Gamoku, popular in Taizong Commandery. The first person to get 5 in a row wins. The Black Lotus was stunned. Lin Meow Meow slowly leaned in, asking him, Why are you looking at me like that? Don't you believe me? The Black Lotus leaned back shyly. It's indeed the first time I've heard of it. Lin Meow Meow began to explain to him, Don't underestimate Gamoku. It looks simple, but it's actually very profound. The Black Lotus was arrogant. I only know the way of playing Go that my sister taught me. No one has ever taught me this. Lin Meow Meow looked at him, puzzled. What's wrong? Is he sad because he doesn't know how to play Gamoku? Lin Meow Meow immediately said, It's okay if you don't know. You can learn. I'll teach you. And so, the two began their Gamoka lesson. However, because the Black Lotus was too much of a novice, he was completely crushed by Lin Meow Meow all night. The two of them, sporting dark circles under their eyes, didn't forget to complain about each other. The Black Lotus was extremely annoyed. Who said that to become friends with a woman, you just have to watch a play with her? With some women, you play a few games of chess with them, and they don't even call you Young Master Mu anymore. So he called out, Ling Yu. But he was interrupted by Lin Meow Meow. Don't call me Ling Yu. Ling Yu sounds like in prison for life. Tui, that's unlucky. But Miss Ling is too much of a mouthful. Then call me by my nickname, Meow Meow. The Black Lotus told her without hesitation, I also have a courtesy name. Just call me Ziki. Lin Meow Meow was stunned. Is he exchanging names with me? The Black Lotus came to his senses. Why am I telling her so much? The two stared at each other, and the scene instantly became awkward. The moody Black Lotus was so terrifying. Just by muttering some words, his power fully unleashed, and the gate to the illusion instantly opened. This stunned Lin Meow Meow, who gasped but accidentally choked on her own saliva, causing her to cough violently. She almost spat out the life-saving pill in her mouth. She quickly pushed it back in with her hand. The Black Lotus slapped her on the rear, turned his head, and snapped at her to swallow it quickly. Lin Meow Meow swallowed it in fear, complaining inwardly. He won't let me eat the sweet blood, but forces me to eat this tasteless bead. What kind of world is this? After swallowing, she asked the Black Lotus tremblingly, Aren't you going to leave me behind? However, the Black Lotus was arrogant. If you say one more word, I'll leave you behind right now. Lin Meow Meow couldn't help but laugh inwardly. Fine, I won't talk. The Black Lotus saved me. He must have gone through a tortuous mental journey. He's probably sulking about being merciful to someone he shouldn't have. So, to tease him, Lin Meow Meow squirmed on his back, struggling. Then put me down, I'll walk by myself. But she found she couldn't move. She turned her head to look and instantly cried out in protest. You stuck that damn paper on my back again. The Black Lotus patiently explained to her, Your body can't even resist the bewitching fragrance. With the cleansing pill in your mouth and a fixation talisman on you, it's barely enough to keep you stable. Understand? Lin Meow Meow weakly said, Oh, and then obediently lay on the Black Lotus's back, sighing inwardly. I was supposed to be looking for the Saraira, but I ended up in this state. Mu Sheng is a guy who enjoys watching the drama unfold and doesn't mind stirring up trouble. How long will it take to find it? Suddenly, Lin Meow Meow sat up and called out, Mu Sheng, do you know about a type of insect? The Black Lotus looked puzzled. Insect? Lin Meow Meow continued. To prevent them from accidentally eating their own children, they secrete a liquid and rub it on the baby insects to identify them by smell. Is that what you just did? The Black Lotus turned his head, his eyes full of killing intent, and questioned her. Do you think I'm blind too? Lin Meow Meow trembled in fear at his gaze. She quickly comforted him in a wheedling tone. Don't be angry. I didn't mean to call you an old insect. I was just curious. The Black Lotus replied arrogantly. Once the counterblood talisman is used, it's hard to control. If you had licked my heart blood just now, I might have killed you without recognizing you. Lin Meow Meow scoffed inwardly. So I guessed right, just being mysterious. But she was puzzled that my face is so big. Why did you have to put the mark on my mouth, making me accidentally eat it, and then you scold me? Why? The Black Lotus turned his head and looked at her affectionately. Lin Meow Meow instantly blushed, her heart pounding. The Black Lotus shyly turned his head back, but he couldn't hide the fact that he was blushing. He didn't forget to complain about Lin Meow Meow. You talk too much. Lin Meow Meow was speechless, sweating. I've crossed the Black Lotus's line again. To gain Mu Sheng's favor, I have to be careful about everything. So, to resolve the awkwardness, she quickly changed the subject, asking the Black Lotus, do you think Sister Mu and the others will also be tricked by this bewitching fragrance? The Black Lotus replied, without hesitation, no. Sister and Lu Fui are both experienced demon hunters. Even if someone falls for it, it will only be that fragile princess. However, Lin Meow Meow looked worried. What if Princess Duan Yang, taking advantage of being affected by the fragrance, makes a move on Big Brother Lu and takes advantage of him? Hearing this, the Black Lotus frowned, his face full of jealousy. Big Brother Lu? Are you that worried about your Big Brother Lu? Lin Meow Meow didn't notice and continued. A gentle person like him definitely won't refuse. He'll surely have to carry her on his back. But before she could finish, Lin Meow Meow cried out in pain. It turned out the Black Lotus had directly ripped the talisman off her back. Lin Meow Meow's face contorted as she shouted, Mu Sheng, quickly put the talisman back on me. Is this how you treat a friend? The Black Lotus asked unhappily, are you comfortable now? Lin Meow Meow replied weakly, what are you talking about? I'm like this. The Black Lotus sneered, doubt if you're comfortable, then be quiet. Lin Meow Meow was in so much pain, she started hallucinating, muttering that she was dying. But there was a golden pill in her mouth, keeping her alive, so she wasn't completely dead. She hallucinated Ling Yu mocking her. You really overestimated yourself. Brother, you're miserable. Marrying this kind of person, you're so miserable. Ling Yu, I'm sorry. I'll never curse you again. Then she lay on the Black Lotus's shoulder. The Black Lotus was puzzled. Why are you cursing yourself? Have you lost your mind from the pain? Suddenly, the life-saving pill in Lin Meow Meow's mouth was jolted out and fell to the ground. This left the Black Lotus helpless. The only pill has been dropped. In this wilderness, where can I get another cleansing pill? Maybe I should pick it up and stuff it back in. This fierce Black Lotus actually became jealous. To stop Lin Meow Meow from praising Lu Fui again, the Black Lotus directly knocked her unconscious. But he didn't expect the life-saving pill in her mouth to be jolted out. This left the Black Lotus speechless. This is the only life-saving pill. Maybe I should pick it up and stuff it back in. With a smile, he decided to do it. The Black Lotus slowly squatted down, reaching out to pick up the pill. Suddenly, he was stopped by Lin Meow Meow. Lin Meow Meow asked tremblingly, are you trying to pick it up? I won't eat something picked up from the ground. Then she stared at him resolutely. The Black Lotus was so embarrassed by her stare. He asked, then what do you want to do? Lin Meow Meow pointed over there. The divine Buddha statue in the temple can suppress evil spirits. So she sat alone in front of the Buddha statue, enjoying the feeling. This is so comfortable. Then she was puzzled, calling out, Mu Sheng, why aren't you coming over? However, the Black Lotus clenched his fists, his eyes filled with killing intent as he stared at the Buddha statue. The Buddha statue instantly started making creaking sounds. Lin Meow Meow looked back at the Buddha statue, sweating. This place is actually an evil illusion. Is he really that sensitive to his own kind? So she quickly slipped away, thinking to herself, the Black Lotus has some self-awareness. It's just that these days, when evil meets evil, they should at least say hello. The Black Lotus saw that Lin Meow Meow had already hidden behind him. He unhesitatingly unleashed his full power, summoning talismans. Then he shot them out, instantly surrounding the Buddha statue. The Black Lotus sneered, Oh, you weren't heartbroken to see me. You were just scared. Before long, the Buddha statue turned into a box. Lin Miao Miao was puzzled. Is the demon too weak, or is Mu Sheng too strong? But there seems to be something inside this Buddha statue. So Lin Miao Miao climbed onto the lotus platform by herself and took down the box, not forgetting to ask the Black Lotus, "Do you think this could be the Saraira?" Before she could finish, the Black Lotus directly told her to open it. This is the Saraira that Zhao Qinru wants. However, when Lin Miao Miao opened the box, she only saw bone. She turned to ask the Black Lotus, "Is this the Saraira?" The Black Lotus arrogantly said to her, "Why are you looking at me? I've never seen a Saraira either." Suddenly, the bone jumped out, transformed into a shadow, and quickly fled. The Black Lotus was surprised. It's a boundary. He immediately told Lin Miao Miao not to follow yet. Then he gave chase. Lin Miao Miao was dumbfounded. Should I chase or not? After 3 seconds, she stopped hesitating. I'm a transmigrator. Either way, I won't die so quickly. A small boundary is nothing. She followed closely behind. On the other side, the princess, affected by the bewitching fragrance, was wailing. Lu Fui comforted her helplessly. "Your Highness, please endure it for a little longer. We'll be there soon. I've taken a cleansing pill for you, so you'll be fine for now." The princess blushed and asked Lu Fui, "Where are we going?" Lu Fui told her, "Back to the palace. But it seems we've walked back to where we started." Mu Yao explained to him, "This illusion is endless, and it's surrounded by trees, so it's easy to lose our way. We don't have many talismans left, so we need to get out quickly." Suddenly, the princess saw a shadow and screamed, "What's that?" The noise made Lu Fui's ears ring, and he said with a pained expression, "It's nothing, just an animal." However, the shadow quickly changed its position, appearing behind Lu Fui. It launched a sneak attack without hesitation. At this moment, the princess trembled all over, screaming, "Big brother Lu, save me!" Lu Fui spun around and used his body to block the fatal blow for the princess. The princess screamed. At the same time, Mu Yao's eyes widened as she shouted, "Fui, this shadow evil is truly too cunning." It transformed into a Buddha statue to ambush humans, but it didn't expect to be discovered by the passing Black Lotus. However, it didn't fight, instead directly opening a boundary. It traveled through space and time to appear near Lu Fui. It attacked Lu Fui without hesitation and retreated after one blow, as cunning as a fox. Mu Yao took out a talisman and rushed forward, standing in front of Lu Fui. The evil continued its attack, preparing to kill everyone. Just at that critical moment, a burst of fire exploded in front of them. The Black Lotus appeared in time, blocking their path. He swiped his arm lightly, his face full of disdain. "Go on, run." The evil, filled with rage, quickly fled. Seeing it run, the Black Lotus didn't give chase. Instead, he turned his head and obediently asked, "Sister, are you okay?" Mu Yao was cold and stern, wondering inwardly, how could Ah Sheng unleash such powerful strength? And why is the demonic energy on him so strong? Seeing his sister ignore him, the Black Lotus became nervous. He grabbed Mu Yao's hand, concerned. "Sister, are you hurt?" The scene instantly fell into an awkward silence. Lu Fui endured the pain. The princess couldn't stand it anymore and roared, "What are you all standing there for? Big brother Lu is about to die, and you're just standing here chatting." Mu Yao came to her senses and turned to check on Lu Fui, but was slapped away by the princess. She furiously scolded Mu Yao, "It's all your fault. Why didn't you come earlier?" The Black Lotus was silently furious and was about to go teach her a lesson, but was stopped by Mu Yao. She took out a talisman and placed it on Lu Fui's stomach, not forgetting to explain to the princess, "His wound is an ordinary one. This blood-stopping talisman will be enough." Then Mu Yao touched Lu Fui's face, concerned. "Fui, it's okay. Ah Sheng is here." Lu Fui replied affectionately to Mu Yao, "I'm fine." Suddenly, Lin Miao Miao rushed out of the boundary. She was thrilled. "I've imagined countless stories of venturing into danger alone. I didn't expect to meet the main characters as soon as I entered the illusion. What a perfunctory transmigration." However, the Black Lotus was angry, scolding her, "Didn't I tell you not to follow yet?" But inwardly, he was relieved. Can't this dead rabbit understand words? As expected, fools have fool's luck. She didn't even encounter any danger. Lin Miao Miao retorted directly, "I came to find Big Brother Lu, not you." Suddenly, Mu Yao called out, "Ah Sheng, come here for a moment." The Black Lotus was unhappy. "Your Big Brother Lu is injured. Aren't you going to check on him?" Lin Miao Miao pouted at him, "I'm going right now." She came to Lu Fui and asked, puzzled, "Your Highness, why are you looking at me like that?" The princess questioned Lin Miao Miao furiously. "What are you doing here?" Lin Miao Miao slowly squatted down. "I came to see how Big Brother Lu is doing." However, the princess was exasperated, tightening her grip on Lu Fui's neck and shouting at her, "We don't need you to see him. Big Brother Lu just took his medicine and fell asleep. Don't disturb him." Lin Miao Miao was speechless, complaining inwardly. Big Brother Lu's neck is about to break. Who's really disturbing him? But to save Lu Fui's neck, she still told the princess, "Big Brother Lu once saved me, so I'm just concerned about him." The princess was disdainful. "What's so great about that? He's my savior too. He saved me 3 times. Now that Big Brother Lu is injured, it's my turn to protect him." But Lu Fui's neck was about to break. Lin Miao Miao was helpless. "I'm sorry, Big Brother Lu. I couldn't save you from this predicament. If you get a stiff neck, you'll just have to bear with it." Meanwhile, the Black Lotus grabbed Mu Yao's hand, concerned. "Sister, let me apply medicine for you." Mu Yao refused. "It's just a superficial wound. I'm not that delicate." But inwardly, she was sad. "Maybe I was overthinking it. Sheng is clearly the same as before. As for the demonic energy on him, perhaps it's from being stained with too much demon blood." The Black Lotus was annoyed. "Young Master Lu only cared about the princess and not you, sister. Next time, I'll never leave your side." But Mu Yao scolded him. "What childish words are you saying? We were entrusted by Imperial concubine Zhao, so of course we have to take care of Her Highness. If we can't protect Her Highness, what's the point of us demon hunters?" Inwardly, she thought, "Now the burden of the Mu family has fallen on me. The road ahead is uncertain. Sheng relies on me so much. When will he grow up and help me share the burden? But thankfully, I have Fui now." The Black Lotus struggled inwardly. "Lin Miao Miao told me to ask my sister. But will my sister really know? Even if she knows, will she tell me the truth that everyone is hiding? If all of this is just a beautiful illusion, once I ask, the dream will be over. What should I do then?" When the Black Lotus and his sister met again, the innocence between them was gone. They both had their own thoughts and little secrets. However, the Black Lotus was more afraid of losing his sister. Once he asked, his dream would be over. So they each buried it deep in their hearts. The two walked towards Lu Fui. Seeing them approach, the princess snapped, "What are you going to do to my Big Brother Lu?" Mu Yao took out a handkerchief and slowly squatted down, replying to the princess, "His face is dirty. I'll help him wipe it." The princess reluctantly snapped, "Then wipe it quickly." The Black Lotus couldn't watch anymore. He turned around and saw that Lin Miao Miao had fallen asleep. He was annoyed. The temperature is so low at night, and in this wilderness, she just falls asleep. I told her not to follow, but she didn't listen. A person with no sense of direction. I really don't know how she found her way here. Suddenly, Lin Miao Miao called out, "Mom," in her sleep. The Black Lotus's eyes widened, and he froze. He remembered that when he was in Taitsong, he only saw the commandery governor, not the governor's wife. So this carefree person, like me, doesn't have a mother's love either? So he took a piece of clothing and covered Lin Miao Miao with it. However, Lin Miao Miao, in her sleep, didn't expect that. The system would give her an extra reward, an image catalyst, and was currently using it. She saw the young Black Lotus being bullied by his peers. They even cornered him. The Black Lotus couldn't bear it anymore. His demonic power erupted, and a strong wind blew, sending everyone flying. He slowly opened his eyes and saw everyone trembling in fear, calling him a monster. He himself was even more scared. His hair had suddenly grown so long. Mother would definitely be angry. So he ran home, calling for his mother. But he disturbed someone's pleasure, making them furious. They threw a teacup directly at the Black Lotus. It smashed his head, causing it to bleed. His mother was even more reproachful. "Little Sheng, who told you to come back? Didn't I tell you not to come back no matter what after the sun sets?" But the evil country had offended everyone, and the widowed mother and son could only kneel in the pouring rain and beg for mercy. The woman beside them was even more reproachful. "It's useless for you to kneel. Do you know what kind of guest you've offended? I told you long ago that keeping him is a disaster. You just wouldn't listen." The Black Lotus's mother wept bitterly, heartbroken, and replied to her, "We have nowhere else to go. Little Sheng is my child, my treasure." The woman didn't forget to warn her, "Why ruin your own future? The mother's eyes were lifeless, and D.I.M.my life is already ruined. But little Shang, he can't become a monster. The Black Lotus returned home and knelt, calling for his mother. However, she picked up a whip to discipline him. It's all your fault. Why did I have to have you with that man? If it weren't for you, how would we have ended up in this situation? Do you remember where to go tomorrow? The Black Lotus agreed in fear. However, she didn't forget to warn the Black Lotus. That man is our family's enemy. Kill him so that he can never be reincarnated. Only then can we have a way out. She suddenly woke up and hugged the Black Lotus. Little Shun, Mom didn't mean to hit you. In heaven and on earth, no one loves you like I do. Kill that man. Kill his enemy. The young Black Lotus's eyes were full of killing intent, that I will do whatever Mom wants me to do. I won't leave a single person who makes Mom sad. Then the system prompted, extra reward image catalyst usage has ended. At this moment, the Black Lotus was mesmerized by the frowning Lin Meow Meow. Then he slowly closed his eyes and fell asleep too. He also started dreaming, but his was a sweet dream. The Black Lotus was captivated by the enchanting Lin Meow Meow. This Black Lotus had such an indecent dream, captivated by Lin Meow Meow's enchanting figure. However, Lin Meow Meow kept swinging her legs, making a tinkling sound to attract him, which made the Black Lotus instantly blush and swallow. He slowly approached and took Lin Meow Meow's book, which made Lin Meow Meow unhappy. She even complained, I was reading. Why did you snatch my book? However, the Black Lotus was full of affection and concern for her. It's too dark. It's bad for your eyes. Lin Meow Meow was relentless that don't talk nonsense. Get it back to me. The Black Lotus snorted that I won't. Then he threw the book away. Lin Meow Meow suddenly stood up, furious. Fine, I'll get it myself. But she accidentally fell into the Black Lotus's arms. The Black Lotus was instantly filled with romantic feelings. He held Lin Meow Meow and even smiled, looking at her affectionately. However, Lin Meow Meow was annoyed. How can you be so shameless? Suddenly, the Black Lotus woke up. He was blushing and stunned. He was in a daze. How could I have such a dream? Why her? How could it be her? I've never even dreamed of my sister. No, this can't be. Thank you, sister. I must have been affected by the bewitching fragrance to have such an inappropriate dream. So he left a piece of clothing and quickly left. He walked alone to the middle of a small river, using the cold water to cool his inner fire. At this time, the sleeping Lin Meow Meow also woke up. She was puzzled. Who covered me? After looking around, she didn't see Mu Sheng. I just saw Mu Sheng's childhood. Now I know more than the water ghost. Next time I see the water ghost, I must destroy that thing for Mu Sheng first. Wait, something seems to be watching me. She looked up and saw the shadow evil. They stared at each other, and the scene instantly became terrifyingly quiet. The shadow evil pointed a finger, breaking the awkwardness. However, Lin Meow Meow retorted directly, only a fool would go with you. Suddenly, the system prompted in her mind, February 4th progress task starting. Please prepare, host. Lin Meow Meow instantly fell to her knees, stunned. The clown was me all along. It seems I can't escape it. In the original book, Ling Yu wasn't on the list, but she secretly woke up Mu Yao. However, Mu Yao was simple-minded and only wanted to catch the resentful spirit. Hearing that a black shadow had left, she naturally gave chase. Therefore, Mu Yao suffered a great disaster, both physically and mentally. This time, Ling Yu and Mu Yao, although Lu Fui didn't see through it, how could it be hidden from the Black Lotus? So after Ling Yu married the Black Lotus, he paid back the debt to Ling Yu bit by bit. Thinking of the scenes from the original book, Lin Meow Meow's fingers trembled, and she wept, complaining, I haven't had a few peaceful days yet. It's time to do bad things again so soon. It shouldn't be called doing bad things. It should be called courting death. Then she called out to the system, what's Mu Sheng's affection level now? The system prompted, Mu Sheng's average affection level is 56%. Lin Meow Meow was puzzled. What do you mean by average affection level? The system continued to prompt. Mu Sheng's affection level is currently fluctuating violently. The system provides today's average value for the challenger's reference. Lin Meow Meow was dizzy from the system's explanation, so she asked the system to give her the highest value. The system directly gave 94%. Lin Meow Meow cried out in shock. It's that high? Then what's the lowest value? The system gave it without hesitation. Lin Meow Meow was instantly speechless. What's going on? One moment he loves me to the bone. The next he hates me to death. Has the Black Lotus gone mad? Forget it, forget it. Business first. So Lin Meow Meow started her courting death mode. This cannon fodder supporting character is truly too tragic. Loved to the bone and hated to death by the moody Black Lotus. and the system won't even let her go, forcing her to endlessly harm the Black Lotus's sister. But this will definitely be discovered by the Black Lotus, and she will be tortured into dust, a fate worse than death. But to return to the modern world sooner, she can only desperately court death. Lin Miao Miao slowly approached Mu Yao, sighing. She truly deserves to be the female lead. She looks like Sleeping Beauty even when she's sleeping. Suddenly, the princess opened her eyes. She roared, "Who dares to touch my big brother Lu?" Lin Miao Miao was so scared she collapsed to the ground. Mu Yao was also woken up by her. She even stared at Lin Miao Miao. "Don't even think about touching my big brother Lu. He belongs to this princess." Mu Yao came forward and asked, calling out, "Miss Ling?" However, she told Mu Yao to just call her Miao Miao. This unintentional gesture surprised Mu Yao. Before, she always clung to Lu Fui at all times. Now, with a domineering and spoiled princess around, this gentle young lady from a powerful family suddenly seemed much more approachable. But she still asked Miao Miao what happened. Lin Miao Miao felt very embarrassed inside, but she had no choice. It was a task from the system. She had to act. So she closed her eyes tightly and began to act. Trembling, "I just saw that black shadow pass by over there." Mu Yao quickly turned around. "Is it the same black shadow that just injured Fui? I'll go and meet it." Lin Miao Miao quickly grabbed Mu Yao, thinking to herself, "I've told Mu Yao the news, so I've completed the system task. If I persuade her not to take the risk and change the story's ending, won't I avoid a fatal disaster?" So she told Mu Yao, "That black shadow kept looking back as it walked. It must be deliberately luring us over. It must be a trap." Mu Yao told her to rest assured. "You just wait here. I have a way." However, Lin Miao Miao was thrilled inside. "Great, the system didn't warn me. Then I must stop her." So she hugged Mu Yao's leg, weeping and trying to stop her. "Sister Mu, don't go. Please reconsider. Sister Mu, don't go, don't go. I'm really scared." Seeing that Mu Yao was unmoved, she had to at least give the princess some face. So she pointed at the princess. "Her Highness is scared too, right? Your Highness?" However, the princess was disdainful. "This princess is not scared at all. If Mu wants to go, then go. What's with all the crying and acting here?" Mu Yao was furious at her words. She immediately took out a fixation talisman and stuck it on Lin Miao Miao's back. Then she comforted her, "Miao Miao, don't be afraid. Just wait here for me to come back." Lin Miao Miao was instantly stunned and unable to move, screaming for help in her mind. Why do this brother and sister duo both like to stick immobilizing talismans on people? So she pleaded with the princess, "Your Highness, please help me tear off the talisman on my back. I'm begging you." However, the princess was arrogant. "This princess won't help you. You could just kneel there and enjoy the moon." Lin Miao Miao was instantly in tears, utterly speechless, screaming, "Big brother Lu, wake up! Murder! Fire! Big brother Lu!" The princess quickly ran over and covered Lin Miao Miao's mouth. In her haste, the dagger in her sleeve fell out. She warned Lin Miao Miao, "Stop shouting." Lin Miao Miao mumbled, asking the princess to tear off the talisman on her back. However, the princess picked up the dagger and threatened her, "Be quiet, or this princess will stab you right now." Lin Miao Miao instantly shut her mouth, but tears kept streaming down her face. In her mind, she asked the system for help. "How do I get rid of this stupid talisman?" The system told her, "You can only use magic assistance once a month. Are you sure you want to use it?" Lin Miao Miao was furious that you're such an exploiter. I'll use it, okay?" The system continued to prompt. "The fixation talisman can freeze a person's movements for up to 2 hours. But if the person bleeds, the fixation talisman will immediately become ineffective, and the system will automatically activate the pain reduction and safety mode for you." Lin Miao Miao glanced sideways at the dagger in the princess's hand, her eyes fierce with determination. The princess brandished the dagger and continued to threaten, "Don't move or I'll stab you." Suddenly, Lin Miao Miao threw herself towards the dagger with all her might. Blood instantly spurted out. The princess was terrified. "This is bad. I haven't even pulled the knife back. I didn't kill her, did I?" she asked tremblingly. What are you doing?" However, Lin Miao Miao ignored her. She endured the intense pain and got into a running stance. She instantly sprinted out and ran into the forest. The princess was dumbfounded. This woman is going to chase Mu Yao? Is she crazy? Lin Miao Miao was relieved inside. No, it's all a self-inflicted injury ploy. If you don't cripple yourself today, Mu Sheng will cripple you tomorrow. Wait, isn't that Mu Sheng? She shouted at Mu Sheng in the river. Mu Sheng. Mu Ziki. But she was puzzled inside. Why doesn't this black lotus take off his clothes when he bathes? The black lotus was blushing and sweating profusely. What are you doing here? He was helpless inside. I finally managed to force her out of my mind. As soon as she comes, I'm overcome by the inner fire again. Lin Miao Miao retorted directly. Does this force belong to your family? Only you can come here. Suddenly, he saw that Lin Miao Miao had a dagger stuck in her leg, and it was Lu Fui's dagger. Is this Lu Fui crazy? How dare he stab her? And she's bled so much. He questioned her furiously. Your leg, what happened? This soft and cute cannon fodder supporting character, in order to make up for her mistake, wept in front of the female lead, hugged her leg, and even reminded her of the dangers ahead. However, the female lead ignored her, and the princess added fuel to the fire. The female lead immobilized Lin Miao Miao and angrily gave chase. Lin Miao Miao had no choice but to be ruthless to herself. She even ran for miles while injured to find and save Mu Yao, happening to encounter the Black Lotus bathing in a small river. She was anxious and told the Black Lotus, quick, save Sister Mu. She was taken away by the Black Shadow. The Black Lotus couldn't believe it. What did you say? What happened to my sister? Lin Miao Miao pointed in the direction Mu Yao had gone. Quick, go. It's that way. She's been gone for half an hour. Before leaving, the Black Lotus didn't forget to show concern for Lin Miao Miao. You wait here for me. I'll be right back. Watching his receding figure, Lin Miao Miao kept encouraging herself. It's okay, Lin Miao Miao. You can do it alone. On the other side, Lu Fui finally woke up. The princess immediately showed her concern for him. But Lu Fui turned his head and looked around, not seeing Mu Yao. He asked the princess, Your Highness, where is Yao? The princess looked guilty and stammered that she had gone to fetch water. Lu Fui questioned her disbelievingly. Is that so? Then where is Miao Miao? I was groggy just now and seemed to hear her calling me. The princess smiled and forced herself to be calm, secretly hating Lin Miao Miao. But she still replied to Lu Fui she left with Mu Sheng. They didn't say where they were going. Before she left, she called your name a few times to see if you were awake. Lu Fui stared at her with killing intent. Is that so? Then why is there blood on the ground? What exactly happened just now? The princess stammered, unable to speak. Lu Fui questioned her furiously. Your Highness, I'll ask you one more time. Where did Mu Yao go? The princess trembled all over, her eyes filled with tears, and she replied tremblingly to Lu Fui, Big brother Lu, Mu went to chase the Black Shadow. Lu Fui asked without hesitation, which direction? How long has she been gone? The princess replied tremblingly, that way. She's been gone for about half an hour. Lu Fui was about to give chase, but was stopped by the princess. Big brother Lu, don't go. I'm so scared. Only then did Lu Fui realize he had lost his head, leaving the powerless princess alone in the illusion. So he took out a talisman and stuck it on a tree, warning the princess, this is a boundary I created. Nothing evil can enter. Wait for me under this tree until I come back. Understand? The princess agreed. So she huddled alone under the tree, muttering, I can't be scared. I can't be scared. I have to wait here for Big brother Lu to come back. Besides, how can I, the great Princess Duanyang, be afraid of being alone for a little while? Suddenly, black shadows around her cried out, Your Highness, Duanyang. The princess was puzzled. Did my mother send people to find me? However, she immediately denied it inwardly. In this evil temple, ghosts can also speak. What if it's a trick to lure me out? Then I'd be done for. Thinking of this, she instantly became terrified. So she started muttering to herself, I can't listen to it. I'll just count the leaves. Suddenly, the black shadow changed its strategy. Princess Duanyang, Lu Fui, is in trouble. The princess cried out, Big brother Lu is in trouble. The black shadow replied, Yes, your highness. He's trapped and waiting for you to rescue him. Your highness, come with me quickly. Just as the princess was about to step out, she suddenly stopped and Big brother Lu told me to wait for him under this tree. However, the black shadow continued to trick her. Your highness, only you can save Lu Fui now. Come with me quickly. Hearing this, the princess's eyes widened. She remembered her vow. She had said before that she would protect Big brother Lu. Then she must keep her word. So she tore off Lu Fui's talisman, thinking that sticking it on her own sleeve would also keep her safe. However, one can only say that she was too naive. A talisman is useless once it's torn off. He stepped out of the protective circle and asked the dark shadow where he was. Quick, take me there. This old man's eyes can't see clearly. Your highness, follow me closely. The princess saw the dark shadow floating and moving. She was completely terrified. The dark shadow kept chanting, "Your Highness, Your Highness." The princess, trembling all over, hid in the bushes. At this moment, Lin Meow Meow rushed back, only to find no one there. She was full of questions. That's strange. Isn't Big Brother Lou unconscious? Where could he have gone? Then, she heard the floating dark shadow in the distance calling for the princess. Lin Meow Meow finally spotted the princess hiding in the bushes. She started to laugh. The Grand Princess Duanyang was being pestered by a ghost. She came up behind the princess and gave her a light pat. The princess almost screamed. Lin Meow Meow quickly gestured for her to be quiet, and she took the hairpin from her head. The dark shadow continued to call, "Your Highness, where are you? There isn't much time. Come with me quickly." The princess whispered, "What are you doing?" Lin Meow Meow told her to stay down, but she herself stood up, leaving the princess in a cold sweat. With a dagger in her leg and her skirt covered in blood, how could she be so calm? She was just like Mu Sheng, two-faced, truly terrifying. Lin Meow Meow replied to the dark shadow, "Am I not right here? Let's go." This cannon fodder supporting character is truly terrifying. With a dagger in her leg and blood gushing out, she remained so calm. Although the pain was unbearable, it couldn't hide her pure heart, set on saving people from dire situations. She took the princess's golden phoenix hairpin and faced the evil spirit with a smile. But the evil spirit questioned her. "Princess, is that really you?" But the voice sounds different. Lin Meow Meow put her hands on her hips, arrogant and domineering. "You old, dim-witted thing. If not me, who else could it be? Take a good look at the pure gold phoenix hairpin on my head. Was that maid wearing it just now?" The evil spirit broke into a cold sweat. This fierce girl did seem more like it. However, Lin Meow Meow was thinking to herself, the original novel said that after the princess fell into their hands, she was brutally tortured and nearly driven insane. When she appeared later in the story, her temperament became increasingly paranoid. Since I know the plot in advance, I should be able to avoid the danger. I'll just consider it looking out for a teammate. So she arrogantly berated the evil spirit. "Am I not your goddess?" The evil spirit stammered, tried to agree, "Yes. Yes, goddess." Seeing his poor eyesight, Lin Meow Meow took out a stone and pretended it was a sacred object for him to see. The evil spirit was instantly overcome with shock. "It's the sacred object. It's our sacred object." Lin Meow Meow quickly put it away and glared at him fiercely. "I am the goddess, and I have the sacred object. What are you still hesitating for?" At this point, Lin Meow Meow finally realized that the dagger was still stuck in her leg. "It really hurt. I have to think of something." So she scolded the evil spirit. "I was chasing you in a hurry and fell. Now, my leg is so swollen I can't walk. Aren't you going to do something?" The evil spirit quickly replied, "The sedan chair will be here right away." Then, a red sedan chair floated over. The old man opened the curtain first that we invite the goddess to enter the sedan. Lin Meow Meow got into the sedan, feeling bored and sleepy. So she lifted the window curtain to investigate. Although she didn't know the way, she felt she should try to remember it. But she still asked, "Why aren't we there yet?" The evil spirit turned his head to soothe her. "Your Highness, do not be anxious. We will find young Master Lu soon." Lin Meow Meow exposed him with a questioning look. "Find what, young Master Lu? Aren't we going to complete the ceremony?" The evil spirit broke into a cold sweat. "Yes, your Highness is right." But he thought to himself, the goddess is truly the goddess. She even knows about this. However, Lin Meow Meow was recalling a plot point from the original story, the ceremony that Duanyang failed to complete 10 years ago. Tao Ying, even after becoming a resentful spirit, never forgot about it. He brought Duanyang into an illusion to take revenge on the royal family. Such persistence. The jolting of the sedan chair made Lin Meow Meow drowsy. She raised her arms and stretched. "Hurry up, you all. I can't wait to return to my rightful place." But not long after, she fell asleep, still muttering, "Must not fall asleep." Meanwhile, Lu Fui was frantic with worry. He only had one tracking talisman left. "You must lead me to Yaoer." Suddenly, his eyes shifted. He saw a red sedan chair passing by him and thought with certainty, Yaoer must be inside. He immediately unleashed his full power, and the talisman shot out fiercely. The lesser ghosts were instantly turned to ash. Lu Fui, holding his precious sword, roared for Yaoer, but no one answered him. Lu Fui's anger burned. He slashed the sedan chair with his sword, and it instantly shattered into pieces. But he only saw Mu Yao's clothes. He became even more furious. Evil demon, you deserve to die. Luhan 9 Profound Demon-Subduing Pagoda. Hear my command. I permit you to kill without mercy. Leave no one alive. The 9 Profound Demon-Subduing Pagoda shone its light towards Xingshan Temple. With a single wave of his hand, Lu Fui blasted the wooden doors open. Holding the pagoda, he broke through the entrance. He immediately controlled the pagoda to smash and destroy everything in sight. Just as he was about to destroy the Buddha statue, a dark shadow appeared behind Lu Fui and questioned him. Lu Fui, a demon hunter, should eliminate demons. Capturing spirits and ghosts is the business of the underworld. Aren't you overstepping your bounds? Lu Fui turned his head and stared at him, his entire body exuding a domineering aura. I will not attack unless I am attacked. However, the dark shadow told him, if you must blame someone, blame the Mu family for making the first move. This matter was originally a grudge between me and Zhao Qingru. It was the Mu family, thinking themselves superior, who interfered time and time again. I had no choice but to strike a fatal blow. However, Lu Fui didn't wait for him to finish and directly questioned him. What deep-seated hatred do you have with Consort Dowager Zhao? This male lead is so domineering that I will not attack unless I am attacked. But if I am attacked, I will hunt them down no matter how far. To save the one he loves, he cut a swath of destruction, single-handedly storming the demon's stronghold and even questioning the mastermind. Tao Ying, what deep-seated hatred do you have with Consort Dowager Zhao that you would resort to such unscrupulous means? Tao Ying's murderous aura flared. I hate her. I hate her to the core. She, Zhao, a noble lady from a high-ranking family, was arrogant and domineering. Silk and satin, fine clothes, and rich food. With a single order, countless nobles would flock to her. Layer upon layer of exploitation. Who cares if people freeze to death on the streets? After hearing this, Lu Fui frowned and questioned him. Were you once a subordinate of Consort Dowager Zhao? Then why did you deceive her by saying you were from the Brahmin sect in Tianju? However, Tao Ying retorted, Master Lu, guess what our Tao family does for a living? Lu Fui answered without hesitation, pottery, or perhaps carpentry. Tao Ying told him, you're wrong. Our Tao family's craft is incense making. Back then, the matriarch of the Tao family, Tao Yushi, was the most skilled at making incense. After her husband died, this was her only means of supporting the family. She was living her own life, not bothering anyone. But just because that Zhao Qingru wanted to be happy. At that time, the incense made by Tao Yushi was the best. Zhao Qingru forced her to work without sleep to rush out a special batch of incense for a 3-day celebration. And she even said that if it was done, it would be a favor from a noble. Tell me, what kind of logic is that? Lu Fui tried to reason with him. Perhaps Consort Dowager Zhao gave enough money, but corrupt officials skimmed off the top, causing the people suffering. Tao Ying was full of disdain. Oh, what if she gave a reward? He suddenly appeared in front of Lu Fui, filled with rage, and roared, our Tao family is a small household. We never dared to curry favor with such grace. We just wanted to live our own quiet lives, but we didn't even have the right to say no. Do you know how old she was when she was forced to make incense? 65 years old. A full 65 years old. On the night before the grand celebration, she fainted in the incense room and accidentally knocked over a candlestick, causing a huge fire. The fire burned for a day and a night. It killed her and burned away all the savings Tao Yushi had painstakingly accumulated. The next day, I took a weeping little six to Xingshan Temple to beg for a coffin. But we found the place bustling with a grand celebration. The guards beat us up and threw us out of the temple. They even said that since the incense wasn't delivered, Consort Zhao had lost face, and it was lucky she wasn't holding us accountable. How dare we come asking for a reward? Lu Fui understood as, oh, you spent years creating a false identity, trying every means to get into the palace, to make Zhao Qingru's daughter suffer the pain of being burned by fire, and to make her taste the bitterness of losing someone she loves. Then, Lu Fui reduced his magical power. I'll wait for you to finish speaking. Tao Ying became even more disdainful. Master Lu, you don't have to pretend to seek justice for me. Lu Fui shouted angrily at Tao Ying. You want revenge for Tao Yushi. Logically, I shouldn't interfere. But you shouldn't have bewitched so many believers to commit suicide, nor should you have plotted to harm Princess Duanyan. They're all innocent people. Your grievances will be judged by the underworld. Right now, I need you to tell me where Yaoer is. However, Tao Ling ignored him completely that I won't tell you. Lu Fui, do you now feel the pain of losing someone you love? Then he turned into black smoke and disappeared. Lu Fui, frantic with worry, unleashed his full power and roared, "Come out! Where is Yaoer?" Suddenly, a little girl appeared floating and said, "Brother, I know where that big sister is. Come with me." Lu Fui immediately expressed his thanks, not forgetting to ask, "Are you also a believer?" However, she told Lu Fui, "Mother said that being born at the same time, on the same day, of the same month, in the same year, as the princess is a great blessing. Because I am blessed, Her Highness Consort, Zhao, chose me to be the princess's substitute goddess." Lu Fui stroked her head with a pained expression. The little girl continued, "Brother, I have a condition for leading the way for you." Lu Fui's heart tensed. "What do you want?" The little girl asked Lu Fui innocently, "Can you go out of the temple and tell my mother something? The embroidery needle she lost was hidden by me. It's hidden under the mat. She always embroiders by lamplight late at night. Father told her so many times, but she wouldn't listen. She was still looking for it the day I left." With a heavy heart, Lu Fui agreed that I will help you tell your mother. "Is there anything else you want me to pass on to her?" The little girl, with a happy face, continued, "Also, help me tell my mother that I become a goddess. I live in the best house in the heavens, sleep on the softest bed, and even have little maids to sweep my courtyard." Lu Fui was heartbroken. Back then, with that switch, Consort Dowager Zhao would have surely eliminated all loose ends. Her parents have probably already met with misfortune, but he still comforted her and agreed. Before long, they arrived at an altar. Mu Yao was suspended high up in the center. Lu Fui, frantic, shouted, "Yaoer, this little girl is so pitiful. At such a young age, she became the princess's substitute. Yet she held no resentment, only a pure and innocent heart, and was solely concerned for her mother." She even led Lu Fui to find Mu Yao. They arrived at the altar, only to find Mu Yao about to become a sacrifice. This made Lu Fui frantic, but he didn't forget to thank the little girl. He even advised her, "I will not take you in. Go and register with the underworld on your own. Do you understand?" The little girl thanked him. Lu Fui took out a paper talisman and stuck it on the little girl's back, telling her, "This talisman will guide you to the underworld. You can go now." Then, Lu Fui flew towards Mu Yao. He arrived in front of her, caressed her face, and called out, "Yaoer, Yaoer, wake up quickly." Then Lu Fui quickly untied the ropes. He rescued Mu Yao, constantly muttering, "I'm late. Yaoer, I'm sorry." Mu Yao opened her eyes and looked at him with deep affection. "Fui, is that you?" Suddenly, she realized her outer coat was gone and instantly blushed, shy and silent. Lu Fui immediately wiped away her tears, comforting her, "Don't cry. It's all right now." Mu Yao wanted to say something more, but Lu Fui interrupted her, "That I know what you're thinking. You are beautiful just like this." Mu Yao called out affectionately, "Fui." Lu Fui pulled Mu Yao into a deep embrace and confessed to her, "Yaoer, you know my heart. I will never leave you again in this life. I, Lu Fui, swear to the Nine Springs demon-subduing pagoda that I will never let Mu Yao suffer such grievances again." Mu Yao lovingly agreed. Meanwhile, Black Lotus kicked open a wooden door. Annoyed, am I too late? It's all because of this damn pure constitution. If I wasn't busy slaying resentful spirits, I would have been here long ago. Suddenly, the little girl rushed over, saying, "That was close, that was close. This talisman moves too fast." Black Lotus grabbed her and saw the talisman on her back. It was Lu Fui's handwriting. The little girl asked him, "Brother, are you also here to save that big sister?" Black Lotus was instantly filled with rage that he woke up and he's already been here. Then what about Meow Meow? At that moment, Lin Meow Meow slowly woke up, only to find herself suspended high in the air. A little ghost floated over and told the old man, "The princess has woken up. Hasn't Master Tao Lin arrived yet? But didn't Master say that if we can't wait for him by this hour, we should just start the sacrifice?" The old man became uncontrollably excited and shouted, "We can't delay the hour. The ceremony begins." All the ghosts boiled with excitement, cheering for the goddess. The little ghost was even more excited, carrying a torch and rushing towards Lin Meow Meow, saying, "Goddess, I want to personally light the fire for the goddess." Lin Meow Meow was instantly speechless. What's this? You all get pretty excited when you talk about lighting a fire. Suddenly, the little ghost tripped and fell, flinging a small spark upwards. It instantly ignited the wood, and a great fire blazed. Lin Meow Meow screamed in terror. Suddenly, the system automatically activated a protective device, keeping the fire at bay. Lin Meow Meow was relieved. She even said mockingly, "Sorry, but I'm like a damn piece of firewood today. You can't light me. Why don't we take a break and try again tomorrow?" Lin Meow Meow even laughed, showing a toothy grin. She thought to herself, "This blue flame was given to me by the system. It's a lifesaver. If it weren't for this, I wouldn't have dared to take this risk." The old man was dumbfounded. Then, he rubbed his hands excitedly. "Goddess, since that's the case, let's skip the fire trial for now and proceed to the second item." Lin Meow Meow was instantly bewildered. Wait, how can there be a second item? Why wasn't this written in the book? The ghosts, shuffling shyly, carried over a pitch-black box. They also untied Lin Meow Meow. Lin Meow Meow asked them, "What exactly is the second item? Can you give me a hint?" The ghost told her, "Goddess, you will know soon enough." Then they pushed open the pitch-black coffin. It was a grimy-looking person. The old man announced, "Second item. We invite the goddess and the holy child to cultivate together in harmony." Lin Meow Meow was so incredulous, she almost collapsed. The little ghost quickly called to his companions. "The goddess is about to fall. Quick, support her." Lin Meow Meow's hair stood on end, and she wailed, "What kind of hellish event is this? Why was this never written in the book?" Lin Meow Meow is really too funny. One second she was grinning from ear to ear. The next she was so scared her legs went weak and she collapsed to the ground. Luckily, a little ghost was there to support her in time. However, she was trembling all over, crying her eyes out. She shrieked, trembling, "TH, this is a dead person. Why wait? Let go of me. What's a holy child? Aren't you going to explain it to me?" The old man replied to Lin Meow Meow, "Goddess, you may not know. This holy child, like you, is also chosen by heaven. The former emperor distinguished yin and yang. Where there is yin, there must be yang." However, before the old man could finish, Lin Meow Meow, filled with rage, clenched her fists about to hit him. "Just get to the point." The old man stammered, "It means that the goddess and the holy child are indispensable. With the harmony of yin and yang, the energy of heaven and earth can be connected. The goddess and the holy child will both ascend to their positions and attain eternal bliss." After hearing this, Lin Meow Meow was speechless. What nonsense. This holy child, who knows what poor passerby was burned to this state, Tao Ing, must truly have a blood feud with the royal family. To come up with so many ways to torment Duanyang is truly breathtaking. So she awkwardly pointed at the holy child. Th that one. "Look, this holy child has already achieved nirvana, right? I, the goddess, haven't even undergone the fire trial yet. Am I a bit unworthy of him?" But the old man looked at her with contempt. But what's wrong with her? Dilly-dallying for so long. Then he shouted angrily, "The goddess has a special talent and destiny. A match made in heaven with the holy child. No need for self-pity. Time is limited. Goddess, please hurry up." The little ghost quickly grabbed Lin Meow Meow. She instantly broke into a cold sweat and shouted in fear, why, wait a minute." Meanwhile, Black Lotus returned to the cliff wall. Seeing the blood on the ground, he wondered, is this Meow Meow's blood? Was she injured here? Suddenly, the princess shouted, "Big Brother Lu, you're finally back." Black Lotus looked up, relieved. "Thank goodness, sister's fine." But he didn't forget to scold Lu Fui. "Young Master Lu, now is not the time to be holding a beauty, is it?" Lu Fui awkwardly explained, "Ah Sheng, you've misunderstood." However, Black Lotus didn't listen to his explanation and directly questioned him. "Why did you injure Meow Meow?" Lu Fui stood up excitedly. "Wait, you're injured, Meow Meow?" Black Lotus, with murderous eyes, snapped, "Wasn't the dagger with the agate yours?" Lu Fui, filled with rage, turned his head and questioned the princess. "Your Highness, my dagger." The princess trembled and became incoherent. Black Lotus figured it out. The princess is used to being arrogant and domineering, and Lin Meow Meow happens to like the same person as her. Without any magical skills to protect herself, she can be bullied however the princess pleases. Meow Meow. Then, with murderous eyes, he pressed the princess. "Did you stab her?" The princess stammered, I didn't mean to. I was just playing around with her." I didn't mean to hurt her. I just wanted to scare her a little. Who knew she would run into it herself? However, Black Lotus didn't wait for her to finish. He rushed forward, grabbed the princess by the neck, and demanded, "Where is she now?" Lu Fui quickly stopped Black Lotus. Ah Sheng, are you crazy? But he thought to himself, the usually well-behaved Ah Sheng has a bit of temper, but for him to do something like this, is it for Meow Meow? Black Lotus became even more furious. Why are you stopping me? Am I not asking a question? Lu Fui retorted, is this how you ask a question? Black Lotus sneered, young Master Lu, you were inseparable from Lin Meow Meow before, and now you can't even keep an eye on her. And you have the nerve to tell me how to ask questions. Lu Fui was rendered speechless. Black Lotus directly lifted the princess and continued to question her. Lin Meow Meow, where is she? The princess's pupils dilated in fear of Black Lotus. She trembled all over and cried out, over there. We just met a ghost. It was originally calling for me, but I didn't expect her to go in my place. A red sedan chair took her that way. Black Lotus threw the princess aside. Furious fool, thinking you're so clever. Bleeding that much, the wound must be deep, and you still dare to overreach and stand up for others. So he took to the air, but noticed Lu Fui was about to follow. He turned back and unleashed a burst of sparks, scolding Lu Fui, go back and watch Ah Jin. If anything happens to her, I'll hold you responsible. Lu Fui was in disbelief that tonight's Ah Sheng is simply insane. At this moment, Lin Meow Meow was being bullied by the little ghosts. She sobbed, I said, wait a minute. I've only just met this holy child. Can't you let me get to know him first? However, the little ghosts ignored her completely. They even grabbed the dagger and stabbed it deeper in her leg. Lin Meow Meow instantly cried out in pain. She quickly called out in her mind, System, protective blue flame, turn on for me. However, the system did not respond. The little ghost continued to tear at Lin Meow Meow's clothes. Lin Meow Meow screamed in terror, thinking, isn't this clothes-tearing scene supposed to happen to Muyao? Why'd I have to go through this too? Just in the nick of time, Black Lotus's unique skill, exploding sparks, arrived. The little ghosts were instantly blown to smithereens. At the same time, the system automatically activated a protective shield. Lin Meow Meow tried to dodge quickly, but Black Lotus directly swept her into his arms. Lin Meow Meow screamed, what little ghost is this? Let go of me. I am a goddess. However, Black Lotus's angry voice came through. Stop shouting. Shut up. This voice was like music from heaven, striking her soul, causing her to quickly open her eyes in disbelief. Then she gazed at Black Lotus with deep affection. This Black Lotus is so domineering. To find out Lin Meow Meow's whereabouts, he scolded the male lead. Lu Fui choked the princess and unleashed a blooming lotus of fury. He reached out to embrace the goddess's waist, resolving the crisis and showing his deep affection. Meow Meow was moved, calling out his name, Ziki. Black Lotus was about to say something, but was interrupted by Lin Meow Meow. Ziki, your sash is loose. Then Lin Meow Meow lovingly tied it for him, her sad mood gradually recovering. But it couldn't hide her aggrieved expression. This left Black Lotus utterly speechless. What's she upset about? Is it because the one who came wasn't Lu Fui? Black Lotus slowly stood up, looking displeased. Sorry to disappoint you. It's me, not Lu Fui. Let's go. Lin Meow Meow burst into tears and threw herself into Black Lotus's arms, saying, I've been waiting for you. I didn't think you'd really come. Black Lotus blushed, his mind resisting, crying so loudly. She must have been holding it in for a long time. I can't let her get any closer. I have to pull her away. So he reached out his hand to push her away, but unexpectedly touched her bare back, making Black Lotus even more shy. He thought to himself, why is she not even wearing clothes? I give up. Forget it. I'll just comfort her. So Black Lotus gently patted her back, saying it's okay now. I'm here. I'll protect you. Lin Meow Meow came to her senses, instantly blushing with shyness. She immediately got up, wiped the tears from the corners of her eyes, her emotions vented. She even apologized to Black Lotus. I'm sorry. I got your clothes dirty. Suddenly, the illusion began to shake. Lin Meow Meow grabbed Black Lotus and screamed, what's happening? Is it an earthquake? Black Lotus told her, Tao Ying is dead. The illusion is about to collapse. Let's get ready to leave. Suddenly, Black Lotus saw the dagger in Lin Meow Meow's leg, still dripping with blood. He immediately knelt down. Get on. Lin Meow Meow asked with a puzzled look, what are you talking about? Black Lotus told her, if you walk like that, I'll have to wait for you. It's not the first time. Hurry up. Lin Meow Meow climbed on and started chattering. Sheng, have you eaten? Is elder sister Lu back? Is she okay? Black Lotus was instantly overwhelmed with questions, but he still asked back, was sister really taken away by that dark shadow? Lin Meow Meow immediately stammered, more or less. Black Lotus squinted at her and asked, what do you mean, more or less? She was chasing after the dark shadow. Black Lotus was annoyed. Then why did you lie to me? Lin Meow Meow retorted, I just wanted you to go quickly. Stop dawdling. However, Black Lotus sternly warned her, if you don't want to die young, mind your own business in the future. Lin Meow Meow said righteously, you mean the princess? How can that be called minding other people's business? I've always been bold, and nothing happened to me. Isn't everyone happy now? Black Lotus was utterly speechless. You, this little thing, bold? I wonder who was just screaming loud enough to bring the roof down. How can there be such a person in the world? Suddenly, Lin Meow Meow cried out in pain. Black Lotus put her down, preparing to pull out the dagger for her. Lin Meow Meow screamed, Muziki, what are you doing? You can't just pull it out. It could be fatal. Then she squeezed her eyes shut in fear. This is a major artery. Am I going to die here? Black Lotus looked annoyed. The hilt of this knife keeps hitting me. It's making my leg hurt. Lin Meow Meow felt resigned to her fate. Can't you just put up with it? You can't take my life just because you're uncomfortable, can you? However, Black Lotus ignored her, directly held Lin Meow Meow steady, pulled out the dagger, and immediately applied a paper talisman. Lin Meow Meow subconsciously cried out, it hurts, but then realized it didn't hurt at all. Black Lotus said mockingly, it doesn't hurt? I should have let you feel some pain. Then he picked Lin Meow Meow up on his back and prepared to leave. But he didn't forget to use his magic to control the dagger, suspending it in midair. With a sudden exertion of force, the dagger shone with golden light and shattered. Lin Meow Meow was secretly alarmed. Is Black Lotus taking his anger out on the dagger as if it were the princess? Then Black Lotus carried her into the forest. Lin Meow Meow called out, Ziki. Black Lotus said without wasting words, speak. Lin Meow Meow, full of joy, asked him, are we considered friends? This Lin Meow Meow is really so carefree. One moment she's surviving a disaster, throwing herself into someone's arms and crying her heart out. The next she's chattering away, concerned about others. She even wants to be a hero and help out, leaving Black Lotus utterly speechless. How can there be such a person in the world? Yet Lin Meow Meow asked Black Lotus, are we considered friends? The straightforward Black Lotus replied, I've never had friends. But he thought to himself, in this life, I have nothing left but my sister. Lin Meow Meow sensed the change in his mood and immediately hugged Black Lotus tighter, saying, so we're not friends. But you're really great. It's fine not to have friends. Black Lotus turned his head to stare at her, thinking, it's fine not to have friends. Is that really true? Seeing his bad mood, Lin Meow Meow immediately changed the subject, asking, Muziki, your hair is so soft. How do you take care of it? And your collar has a crease. Is it new? Black Lotus was instantly speechless. Seeing that he was still ignoring her, Lin Meow Meow continued to chatter. It's so boring. How about I sing you a little song? So she opened her mouth and began to belt it out. But after a short while, she fell asleep, still muttering the lyrics. Black Lotus tilted his head slightly to check on her, sighing inwardly. Without realizing it, she has become the person closest to me, besides my sister. At first, I wanted nothing more than to kill her. I don't know when it started, but I began to accept her closeness, and I could clearly walk faster to get back to my sister sooner. But this warmth, this closeness, it makes me not want to let go at all. By the time Lin Meow Meow woke up, she was already lying in the Imperial Palace. Mu Yao was peeling fruit by her side, while Lu Fui was explaining the sad story of the Tao family. Through his investigation, he found that Tao Ying was the eldest grandson of Tao Yushi. Tao Ying had several younger brothers. Among them was a child who inherited his grandmother's keen sense of smell. The family all called him Little Six. Mu Yao finished peeling the fruit and handed it to Lin Meow Meow, which moved her deeply. She immediately apologized. Then, while eating the fruit, she asked, is Little Six Lugio? Mu Yao turned her head and told her yes. Tao Ying failed to get his revenge before he died. After becoming a resentful spirit, he sent a dream to his grown-up younger brother. After many years, the two of them teamed up again, playing ghosts and gods to complete their revenge. Lin Meow Meow continued to ask, what about Pei Min? Lu Fui replied directly, she committed suicide the second day she was in the dungeon. And Tao, After the accidental death, the Tao family scattered. Tao Ing went north alone, while the other boys went to live with relatives and neighbors. There was one girl left who hadn't even grown teeth that nobody wanted. Little Six took her with him. From then on, the two of them depended on each other. She didn't even have a name before entering the palace. Because she was the ninth in the family, she was called Ninth Girl. Lin Miao Miao was deeply moved that Lugio, its little 6th and 9th girl. Although we were invited by consort Dowager Zhao, I always feel that the royal family is inextricably linked to the Tao family's fate. Lu Fui patted Lin Miao Miao's head and advised her, when will the cycle of revenge ever end? Fortunately, Guixiu was somewhat useful and managed to get Lu Jiu acquitted. All right, your injury hasn't healed in 3 months. Rest well. Seeing them leave, Lin Miao Miao politely called out, Big brother Lu, elder sister Mu, my leg makes it inconvenient to see you off. Then she jumped off the bed and shouted help. I'm going to die of boredom lying in bed every day. Now I have to move my body in secret. Just then, Black Lotus pushed open the door and stared at her sideways. What are you doing? Lin Miao Miao was so scared she trembled all over and screamed. Black Lotus crossed his arms, looking mocking. Miss Lin, you haven't been able to go for your morning run these past few days. Are you going crazy for being cooped up? Lin Miao Miao instantly went into drama queen mode. She floated weakly towards the bed, crying out, Ouch! I wasn't paying attention. My leg hurts so much. Black Lotus quickly closed the door, came to Lin Miao Miao's side, and reached out to grab her leg. He lifted her skirt and gave a squeeze. Lin Miao Miao instantly blushed and demanded, What are you doing? Why are you touching my leg? However, Black Lotus ignored her and prepared to tear off the gauze. Lin Miao Miao told him to wait. Then she hugged her leg and cried out in pain that IT hurts so much. Black Lotus laughed. Keep pretending. Lin Miao Miao quickly sat up and roared, What on earth do you want? Suddenly, Black Lotus took out a pinwheel. Lin Miao Miao was puzzled. Isn't this mine? How did you get it? Then she reached out to grab it. Black Lotus quickly pulled it back. The IT has my name written on it. Lin Miao Miao said arrogantly, Just because your name is on it, does that make it yours? Fine, if you took it, you took it. Why are you giving it back to me? After some thought, Black Lotus's face turned red. He said shyly, Finish carving it for me. This Muziki is really too domineering. He shamelessly lifted Lin Miao Miao's skirt, squeezed her thigh to check the wound, and didn't miss the chance to take advantage of her. He even took out a bamboo dragonfly to tease her, and he made her finish carving his name. Lin Miao Miao agreed, but she told Muziki to leave it there for now, I'll carve it for you when I have time. And she reached out to take the bamboo dragonfly. At the same time, their fingers touched. It was like an electric shock. Both of them instantly blushed with shyness. Suddenly, Muziki became unwilling. He shouted angrily, You have to carve it now. Lin Miao Miao was dumbfounded and terrified. Doing crafts in front of Black Lotus? No way. She stammered, I was just stabbed in the thigh with a dagger. Now I'm scared just seeing a dagger. Black Lotus sneered, You're scared? When my sister used a dagger to cut an apple for you, you were very happy. And he reached out and picked up an apple. He unhesitatingly stuffed it into his mouth. Lin Miao Miao screamed, Hey, don't eat that. However, Black Lotus ignored her, eating with loud crunches. Lin Miao Miao grabbed his arm, annoyed. Hey, give me back my rabbit. I've had it all morning and couldn't bear to eat it, and you ate it in 2 bites. So Lin Miao Miao lay on the bed, kicking her feet and throwing a tantrum. That's too much. I won't carve it. I absolutely won't carve it. But Black Lotus picked up an apple and started peeling it. Then he handed her a lifelike rabbit. Lin Miao Miao jumped up, her eyes sparkling with gold as she exclaimed, You can do it too. Black Lotus said arrogantly, This was just a little trick I used to amuse my sister. I didn't expect my sister to learn it and give it away. Lin Miao Miao blushed and pouted, retorting, What's wrong with giving it to me? I'm a patient. Black Lotus sneered and warned her, Only I can eat the apples my sister carves. Lin Miao Miao was annoyed. What a childish person, getting jealous over an apple. And she reached out to take the rabbit. The moment she touched it, Black Lotus quickly pulled it away. Then he stared into her eyes and told her affectionately, From now on, you're only allowed to eat the rabbits I carve. Do you hear me? Lin Miao Miao's heart instantly sped up, thumping rapidly. Then she snatched the rabbit and turned away shyly, letting out a soft aha. But she thought to herself, Black Lotus, you're a psycho. Forget it, I promised to finish carving it for him. I can't go back on my word. Besides, he saw it before I was even finished. It feels like my little secret has been peeked at. She sulkily carved the characters on the bamboo dragonfly. However, Black Lotus was mesmerized that she's so focused, so charming. Then Lin Meow Meow shoved the bamboo dragonfly in front of his face. Black Lotus instantly snapped back to reality and stared at her affectionately. Lin Meow Meow continued to explain, hey look, the wings can't be flat. You have to twist them here. With one wing higher and one lower, it can catch the wind and rise. And you have to hold it like this. As she spoke, she poked his hand. Black Lotus stammered, why is it so itchy? Lin Meow Meow went to the window and exclaimed, the bamboo dragonfly I carved is so beautiful. Black Lotus said coldly, now that it's done, get it back to me. Lin Meow Meow told him joyfully, now that I've made it, I have to test it first. Then she sent the bamboo dragonfly flying. She didn't forget to make Black Lotus look, it's flying. Then she quickly ran back to the bed and flopped down. Success! You can go get it now. This left Black Lotus utterly speechless. He slowly walked over to Lin Meow Meow and handed her his personal magic weapon, the demon-catching hilt. Lin Meow Meow opened her eyes, puzzled. What are you doing? But she thought to herself, isn't this Black Lotus's personal magic weapon? Black Lotus stared at her affectionately. This is for you. Could this be Black Lotus's token of love for Meow Meow? The moody Black Lotus has finally come to his senses. He's actually giving his personal magic weapon, the demon-catching hilt, to Lin Meow Meow. She couldn't believe it, but she was uncontrollably excited. But Mu Yao gave him this. Back on the Wan River, Black Lotus would rather be stabbed than lose it, and now he's giving it to me. She immediately reached out to take it, then suddenly paused, asking again uncertainly, but giving me your demon-catching hilt? Black Lotus said arrogantly and angrily, if I'm giving it to you, I'm giving it to you. What's all the fuss? Consider it a return gift for that bamboo dragonfly. Of course, if you don't want it, then forget it. But before Black Lotus could finish, Lin Meow Meow suddenly jumped up and snatched it, saying, I want it. Why wouldn't I want it? After grabbing it, she immediately put it on and secured it, looking extremely excited. If I had known this was the trade, I would have made 10 or 8 bamboo dragonflies for young Master Mu. Black Lotus was utterly speechless. He was about to explain, but Lin Meow Meow, uncontrollably excited, quickly cut him off that I know you're afraid, I don't know anything, and will drag everyone down again. You're being selfless and sharing some of your power with me. Then she smiled sweetly and thanked Black Lotus. However, Black Lotus picked up the bamboo dragonfly and turned to leave. At the door, he didn't forget to say goodbye to her, while the bamboo dragonfly spun in his hand. Lin Meow Meow was still basking in her joy, shouting from the bed, young Master Mu, help me close the door. Black Lotus saw the characters on the bamboo dragonfly and was speechless. She only calls me Ziki behind my back. To my face, it's always young Master Mu, young Master Mu. Why doesn't she just call me Ziki all the time? So he glanced back. He saw Lin Meow Meow lying on the bed, her feet swinging back and forth. He instantly slammed the door shut. Outside, his face was red as he remembered the dream and the illusion that had made his nose bleed. His heart raced and heat rose within him. Then he quietly left. Not long after, an excited Lin Meow Meow ran into the courtyard to move around, muttering to herself, ever since Princess Duanyang and the Emperor made up, I haven't seen Consort Dowager Zhao. Just then, eunuchs carrying things passed by her. Lin Meow Meow was puzzled and went forward to ask, excuse me, what are you doing? The eunuch replied, Meow Meow, Her Highness the Consort Dowager is moving palaces. Lin Meow Meow was surprised. That magnificent Liyue Palace. Consort Dowager Zhao is actually moving out of here. Suddenly, there was a flash of lightning and a clap of thunder, and a fierce storm began. The wind instantly blew the box out of the eunuch's hands, scattering its contents on the ground. A portrait scroll rolled out. Lin Meow Meow picked it up to look and was surprised. It's the marquee in green. The eunuch was even more surprised. How do you know the marquee in green? Besides, the marquee in green passed away nearly 10 years ago. I didn't think a junior like Miss Lin would still recognize him. However, Lin Meow Meow said, Her Highness hid a portrait of the marquee in green in her own beaded curtain. Could it be? The eunuch was taken aback. What are you thinking? His Highness, the Marquis in green, was Our Lady's biological brother from the same mother. Lin Miao Miao instantly blushed with embarrassment. This is a huge misunderstanding. She immediately returned the portrait to the eunuch and said, "Sorry to bother you. Please continue with your work." Then she turned and left, muttering, "This is too confusing." The Marquis in green is consort Dowager Zhao's brother. Wait a minute, didn't the Marquis in green die nearly 10 years ago? Calculating the time, was the child who broke into the carriage and choked in Black Lotus? And Black Lotus and consort Dowager Zhao despise each other. Could it be a psychic connection between a killer's relative and a victim? Then what was consort Dowager Zhao implying by sending the little tiger? Was it nurturing a tiger to cause future trouble, or aiding a tiger in its evil deeds? Forget it. I won't think about it. Meanwhile, Mu Yao took out the Saraira and asked the consort Dowager, "Your Highness, do you know what this is?" Consort Zhao looked displeased. What could it be? It must be something evil. However, Mu Yao told her, "After Fui and I examined it, this so-called Saraira is actually Tao Yusher's tooth." Consort Zhao was instantly terrified, thinking to herself, "To think I was deceived by such a thing. How utterly humiliating." Mu Yao continued, "Although this matter is over, there are still many unresolved questions. A resentful spirit alone could not have imbued these two teeth with so much power. Also, how did the ashes and remains of the people from Xingshan Temple travel all the way to Jinyang Slope and get mixed into the incense? Therefore, Your Highness, we suspect there is a powerful demon behind this. We must investigate the Jinyang Slope and Li Zhuan lead." Consort Zhao sighed with a worried expression. "Oh, as you please. This Mu Yao is truly a dedicated demon hunter. He found out that there must be a powerful demon behind Li Zhuan of Jinyang Slope and immediately requested leave from consort Dowager Zhao to depart." When the princess heard the news, she was frantic. She rushed to the emperor's study and burst in without hesitation, complaining, "Imperial brother, are you just going to let big brother Lu leave like that?" However, the emperor ignored her, looking at Pei Yun with concern and asking, "Is your hand better?" Pei Yun meekly replied, "I'm much better." The princess, oblivious, walked right between them and demanded, "Imperial brother, I'm talking to you. When Big Brother Lu left, you should have sent someone to inform us." Seeing the situation, Pei Yun quickly found an excuse to leave. The emperor was displeased. "What does his leaving have to do with you? Those demon hunters have their own lives, wandering all over the world. They don't serve you in your pampered luxury." The princess was unwilling, but Imperial brother, he almost died to save me. However, the emperor didn't want to hear her ramble on and directly called for Pei Yun to help her back to rest. Outside, Pei Yun was filled with sorrow that I was already a world apart from him. Now with my hand ruined like this, I'm even less worthy of him. Suddenly, a dark energy descended, calling out, "Pei Yun." This made Pei Yun wonder, who is calling me? Meanwhile, on the road to Jinyang Slope, Lu Fui unhesitatingly took Mu Yao's hand. Both of them instantly blushed with shyness. Seeing this, Lin Miao Miao secretly rejoiced. Wow, the little couple is finally holding hands. If Black Lotus saw this, he'd probably die of a heart attack. So she turned her head to look. Black Lotus was speechless. Such an important, dramatic moment. Black Lotus is actually spacing out. What's wrong with him lately? Then she nudged Black Lotus with her hand. "Quick, look at your sister." Black Lotus finally snapped out of it. He looked at Mu Yao and Lu Fui, but thought to himself, sister and Lu Fui are so intimate. Could it be that he's not the one with amnesia? Then he looked back at Lin Miao Miao, puzzled. What is this fool so happy about? Being stared at by him made Lin Miao Miao's hair stand on end. Oh no, did I break character? I need to think of a way to save this. So she let out a deep sigh. Big Brother Lu is holding elder sister Mu's hand. I've never even held Big Brother Lu's hand. Black Lotus was instantly filled with rage. He glared at her sideways. What's so great about holding Lu Fui's hand? Just walk properly and stop looking around. Lin Miao Miao stuck out her tongue playfully, not forgetting to complain to herself. Sure enough, when the city gate catches fire, the fish in the moat suffer. Suddenly, Mu Yao called out, "Miao Miao," and "Ah Sheng." Jinyang Slope is just ahead. Lin Miao Miao quickly bypassed Black Lotus and asked Lu Fui, "Big brother Lu, you said there was a plague in Jinyang Slope and many people died. Only the Li Juan family lives here. Isn't he afraid?" Lu Fui told her, "Businessmen are the most superstitious about feng shui. For him to not choose Chang'an and instead move his family here, there must be something wrong. Let's investigate carefully after we meet him." Suddenly seeing a large crowd of people ahead, Lin Miao Miao hid behind Black Lotus in fear. Are those bandits robbing people? Lu Fui was furious. What an idiot. Lord Guo quickly ran out of his residence to welcome Lu Fui. Lu Fui was furious, but he still said politely, "Brother Guo, you don't have to be so formal." He replied to Lu Fui, "If it weren't for your guidance, this official would have died countless times. This small matter is nothing to mention, nothing at all." Lin Miao Miao was secretly helpless. It's no wonder Big Brother Lu is angry. "We worked so hard, walking for over 10 miles, just to get here early for a secret investigation and catch the people at Jinyang Slope off guard. Now it's all ruined." Lord Guo immediately began to introduce everyone that "I knew you masters were coming, so I specially invited Brother Li to entertain you. Brother Li is very enthusiastic, and he brought many guests to welcome you all." Then the guests, well-drilled, shouted in a loud, powerful voice, "Welcome for masters to our tour." The group was utterly speechless. Li Juan didn't forget to call out his wife, 10th Lady, for introductions. But when everyone saw Li Juan's wife, they were all stunned. Lin Miao Miao broke into a cold sweat. What a strange appearance. How can someone look like a praying mantis? 10th Lady invited the group. "Everyone, please follow us into the house." Lu Fui and Mu Yao looked at each other, their composure completely shattered. But they still said, "Thank you for your trouble." Lin Miao Miao called out, "Mu Shang, let's go." But Black Lotus told her to be quiet. There's a demonic aura. Lu Fui had wanted to catch Li Juan of Jinyang Slope off guard, but he never expected to encounter such a strange teammate. A grand welcome was one thing, but he even invited the suspect over to greet them. This left Lu Fui and the others utterly speechless. But it couldn't hide the eerie and demonic aura of the residents. To better uncover the truth, Lu Fui and the others came to Li Juan's living room. Li Juan's wife, 10th Lady, treated them with great hospitality, even handing Lin Miao Miao a fresh and delicious pear. Lin Miao Miao thanked her profusely. Then she looked at Black Lotus and asked him if he wanted to eat the pear. But unexpectedly, the pear in her hand suddenly disappeared, leaving her dumbfounded. "Where's my pear?" Then she saw the pear in Black Lotus's hand, and he was carving it. Black Lotus carved the pear into a rabbit and handed it to Lin Miao Miao, which made her very happy. But she still told Black Lotus, "I just wanted to ask if you wanted to eat it. Why did you carve it like this?" Black Lotus's face turned red, and he was shyly silent. Lu Fui teased, "Look at them like two little kids." Lin Miao Miao was helpless that it seems Black Lotus is angry again. So she quickly tried to smooth things over, praising Black Lotus with delight. "You're really amazing. You can even carve a pear into a rabbit." Then she put it in her mouth and took a small bite, looking entranced. She exclaimed, "Wow, wow, so sweet." Seeing such a charming Lin Miao Miao, Black Lotus shyly turned his head away. 10th Lady became even more enthusiastic. "Miss Lin likes it? We also have persimmons at home. Our own servants grow them, and they're very sweet too." Then she and Li Juan looked at each other with deep affection, unable to hide their profound love. Lu Fui and Mu Yao nodded at each other, reaching a consensus. This 10th Lady is no great beauty, yet Li Juan loves her to this extent. This point is undeniably suspicious. So Lu Fui asked Li Juan, "I wonder when Brother Li moved to Jinyang Slope." Li Juan came back to his senses and told Lu Fui, "For years ago, my young daughter fell gravely ill. I was on the verge of selling my property to pay for her treatment. Fortunately, I met 10th Lady. Not only did she miraculously cure my daughter's illness, but she also suggested we move our family here to facilitate my daughter's recovery." Lu Fui praised, "I didn't realize Madame Sun was also a physician, but he was even more suspicious inwardly. What kind of proper doctor would have someone move to a place where thousands have died to recuperate?" 10th Lady lowered her head shyly. "I dare not call myself a physician. I am merely slightly versed in the art of healing." Lu Fui continued to ask, "Brother Li, you have a daughter?" Li Juan introduced, "My daughter's name is Chu Chu. She was born to my original wife." "Speak of the devil. and he shall appear. A nanny, holding a pale-faced Choo-Choo, walked into the living room, saying, Miss was very good today. She drank 2 bowls of medicine without crying. However, Li Juan ignored her and went forward to dotingly stroke Choo-Choo. Our Choo-Choo is already 5 years old. Isn't that right, Choo-Choo? 10th lady immediately took her into her arms, even more dotingly. The nanny continued, Miss was very good today. She drank 2 bowls of medicine without crying. 10th lady was overjoyed. Really? Was she that good? Li Juan sighed with emotion. Brother Lu, you don't know. Just being able to see Choo-Choo grow up safely to this age is my greatest blessing. Let alone moving. Even if it meant giving away all my wealth, I would do so willingly. Lu Fui asked, I wonder what illness your esteemed daughter has. Li Juan looked worried that it's asthma. My late wife, Feng Shi, suffered from this illness. She had an attack while giving birth to Choo-Choo and unfortunately passed away. Mu Yao was puzzled. Can asthma be cured? Suddenly, 10th lady's expression changed drastically. She said fiercely, it can't be called a cure, just slightly controlled. Choo-Choo's body is weaker than other children's, and she needs to sleep for a few more hours. Then she left angrily. The 4 of them were left dumbfounded and speechless. Meanwhile, the princess was angrily smashing things, just as Pei Yun was about to console her. The princess's hair stood on end. She questioned Pei Yun, are you here to persuade me to? Do you also think I should marry those princes and nobles, even if they are all good-for-nothings? Pei Yun told the princess, your servant doesn't understand grand principles. Your servant only knows that life is so short. One should not leave oneself with regrets. The princess was moved. You also think I should pursue my own happiness, right? Pei Yun continued to support her. If even the princess cannot attain her own happiness, how can we possibly do so? The princess excitedly grabbed Pei Yun's hand and asked, then what do you think I should do to keep Big Brother Lu? Pei Yun continued, the reason His Majesty objects is simply because Master Lu is a wanderer, isn't it? As long as he stops wandering and is no longer a master, can't he stay by the princess's side forever? A doctor like that is truly terrifying. To save a little girl with a terminal illness, he had people move to a place where thousands had died to recuperate. He even doted on the little girl as if she were his own. This made Lu Fui suspicious. He asked the group, do you think Li Juan and 10th Lady are suspicious? Mu Yao unhesitatingly stated her observation. I saw that Li Juan's eyes were dark underneath, and he lacked energy, as if his vitality was being drained by something. But I can't be sure if it's a demon's doing. Lin Miao Miao chimed in. So you're saying Li Juan's essence is being drained? Then 10th Lady is the problem. However, Black Lotus told everyone, in fact, everyone here has some degree of demonic aura on them. Mu Yao stated directly, that's right. Although I can't tell if it's a powerful demon deliberately hiding its aura or because there are too many ghosts here. Lu Fui added, if it's the former, then the demon is even stronger than we anticipated. Mu Yao was puzzled that if it really is 10th Lady, what could she be? A fox demon that bewitches the mind, or a painted skin demon? Or is she? Suddenly, there was a knock on the door. Li Juan called from outside. Masters, please come to the main hall for the banquet. Lu Fui immediately thanked him and said they would be right there. He had prepared a sumptuous feast to entertain them warmly. He didn't forget to ask Lu Fui, Brother Lu, is that fox demon you mentioned last time really that powerful? Lu Fui replied with a chuckle. She was a bit tricky. The fox demon was trying to absorb human essence, but Yaoer subdued her with a demon-catching hilt and shattered her demon core. She won't be able to harm anyone anymore. Lin Miao Miao stared at Black Lotus, lost in thought. Good thing his brain works. This 10th Lady definitely looks suspicious. Following him is the right move. Black Lotus saw the distracted Lin Miao Miao and wondered, what is this person daydreaming about now? She's like a silly rabbit. Wait, why am I comparing her to a rabbit? What am I thinking? However, Lin Miao Miao was still in a daze. Suddenly, a piece of shrimp was stuffed into her mouth, instantly snapping her back to reality with a look of shock. Black Lotus, with a smile, questioned her, you're not eating. Why are you staring at me? Lin Miao Miao ate the shrimp, mumbling, I saw you eating with such gusto. I was trying to find my appetite. But inwardly, she was trembling with fear. Black Lotus fed me? What kind of bizarre scene is this? Black Lotus asked mockingly, so, do you have an appetite now? Lin Miao Miao picked up her bowl and started eating quickly, saying yes, yes. Her speed of eating would shock even a bystander. But Black Lotus started chewing on his chopsticks, his heart thumping rapidly, is he thinking about an indirect kiss. Lu Fui and Mu Yao saw this and exchanged mischievous smiles, understanding each other's thoughts. But Lu Fui still asked Li Juan, I wonder if Brother Li still relies on this incense factory for a living. Li Juan, while eating, replied, Brother Lu is joking. It's called a factory, but it's really just a small stall with 20 or 30 people. Firstly, it's to provide for the surplus, and secondly, it's to fulfill a vow. Lin Miao Miao was puzzled. What do you mean, fulfill a vow? Li Juan put his hands together in prayer. For Chu Chu to grow up healthy to this day, I am grateful to the heavens. I am willing to run a losing business to provide the best sandalwood incense to the temples. Lu Fui and Mu Yao looked at each other and instantly understood that it seems this is where the cheap, high-quality incense in Chang'an comes from. Li Juan, however, didn't seem to care and invited them. There's no time like the present. Since Brother Lu is interested in my humble incense factory, I'll take you to see it today. What do you think? Lu Fui agreed. The group arrived at the incense factory. Li Juan explained to everyone, our incense is made from the best sandalwood bark, mixed with straw powder to prevent it from crumbling. After the incense is formed, it must be rolled in a layer of Chinese medicine powder to be considered complete. The fragrance is long-lasting and mellow, calming the mind and spirit. However, Mu Yao picked up an incense stick and sniffed it. This puzzled her. Why are there no bone ashes in this incense? Black Lotus picked up one from below and had his sister try again. Mu Yao had just said, how can there be a difference in the same batch of incense? But after smelling it, her pupils dilated in disbelief. A slight smile appeared on Black Lotus's lips. It seems we'll have to come back tonight to find out the truth. This Black Lotus really loves Lin Miao Miao. He carved fruit into a rabbit for her and even fed her food directly from his chopsticks. Even on this dark and windy night, when Lin Miao Miao was shivering and sneezing from the cold, Black Lotus unhesitatingly draped his cloak over her, not forgetting to turn her around to tie the straps for her. Then the two of them gazed at each other affectionately, both instantly blushing. Black Lotus shyly avoided her eyes. He scolded, going out in the middle of the night wearing so little. Are you trying to freeze to death? At the same time, he tied the straps for her. Then he forcibly turned Lin Miao Miao around, pushed her, and told her to hurry up. He didn't forget to turn his head and warn Lu Fui. Lu Fui trembled, utterly speechless that I just saw she was cold and wanted to give her my cloak. And you're staring at me like that? Isn't this too awkward? But Lu Fui came to his senses and, forcing a calm expression, said, I suddenly feel a bit cold again. I want to take it off. Lin Miao Miao was puzzled. What is Big Brother Lu doing? Suddenly, she realized Black Lotus gave me his cloak. So Lin Miao Miao immediately turned her head and called out, Young Master Mu, thank you. Black Lotus frowned, displeased. He thought to himself, being so careful to avoid suspicion in front of Lu Fui. Can't she even say my name? Lin Miao Miao was instantly dumbfounded and trembled all over. Why is he angry again? What's going on? Black Lotus put his hands on his hips, looking puffed up with anger. The system automatically detected a 70% favorability rating. Seeing this data made Lin Miao Miao even more confused at SO. He should have some good feelings for me now. Then why does he get angry when I insult him? Angry when I praise him? Angry when I don't speak properly? And angry when I thank him nicely? Why is Black Lotus so hard to figure out? Suddenly, Mu Yao said, we've arrived at the Yin-Yang Chasm. Lin Miao Miao was puzzled. What's the Yin-Yang Chasm? Mu Yao answered her question seriously. Jinyang Slope is surrounded by 4 large mountains, forming a natural basin. Lu Fui didn't forget to add, a basin naturally gathers energy. And with tens of thousands of villagers buried here, the Yin energy is extremely heavy. The Jinyang Slope during the day and at night are completely different, hence the name Yin-Yang Chasm. Suddenly, Lin Miao Miao saw the river and was surprised. Has the water level risen? During the day, we could cross by stepping on stones. It looks like we'll have to wade through. After speaking, she lifted her skirt to cross the river, but was pulled back by Mu Yao. Mu Yao told her to be careful. This is an underground river. Demons like water ghosts and river nymphs love to lurk in it to absorb Yin energy. Lin Miao Miao instantly understood, this is a mineral bath water for demons to strengthen themselves. Then she quickly turned her head and asked Lu Fui, Big Brother Lu, then how should I get across? Lu Fui replied, that's easy. You don't have to get wet. I'll carry you across. Lin Meow Meow happily agreed. Black Lotus was instantly filled with rage and shouted fiercely, Meow Meow, come here. Then he stared at Lu Fui with murderous eyes. Lin Meow Meow leaned towards Lu Fui and said with a giggle, "That's not very appropriate, is it?" But Black Lotus retorted, "What's wrong with that? It's not the first time Miss Lin has troubled me." Lin Meow Meow smiled with an embarrassed look on her face. Lu Fui, however, raised his hand. He was still saying, "All right, let's do it this way. Everyone hurry up and cross the river." Then he forcefully pushed Lin Meow Meow towards Black Lotus. Lin Meow Meow was instantly stunned. She immediately turned and shouted, "Brother Lu." However, Black Lotus mocked her endlessly. "So sorry, Miss Lin. Your brother Lu doesn't want to carry you. Hurry up, either get on or figure out a way to get across yourself." Lin Meow Meow reluctantly shouted, "Fine, fine, fine. You carry me, you carry me." As she spoke, she climbed on a Black Lotus's back. Black Lotus suddenly stood up and Lin Meow Meow cried out in alarm. Then she slapped Black Lotus hard on the shoulder, her face full of blame. "What's wrong with you? What's gotten into you?" But Black Lotus sneered. "Did I ruin your fun? I'm so sorry." Lin Meow Meow leaned close to Black Lotus's ear and asked, "You were fine when we left. What are you suddenly so angry about?" Black Lotus's face turned red, and he nervously replied, "I'm not angry." Lin Meow Meow looked hurt. "You're not angry? Then why were you sarcastically calling me Miss Lin?" Black Lotus retorted, "Didn't you also call me Young Master Mu?" Suddenly, Black Lotus was struck to the core, unable to believe what he was saying. A jealous Black Lotus is really too cute. He is domineering and tough. His sulking was a death glare warning to Lu Fui. "You touch my woman again and see what happens." It left Lu Fui utterly speechless. Awkward, isn't it? It made Lin Meow Meow even more baffled and unable to figure him out. Then she questioned Black Lotus, "What on earth are you sulking about? And calling me Miss Lin in that sarcastic tone?" Black Lotus retorted without hesitation, "Well, didn't you call me Young Master Mu?" But Lin Meow Meow was unhappy. "What's wrong with me calling you Young Master Mu? You're being so unreasonable. I'm not talking to you anymore." But the next second, she started chattering away. "Ahem, Mu Sheng, let me test you with a question. A vine clings to a tree. At 3 chi from the base, it wraps around the tree. The vine then extends 8 chi before its tip touches the ground. What is the length of the vine?" A flash of inspiration hit Black Lotus. Lin Meow Meow, full of excitement, continued to ask, "It's a test on the Pythagorean theorem. Have you learned the Pythagorean theorem? Have you read the 9 chapters on the mathematical art?" Seeing that he was ignoring her, Lin Meow Meow started playing with his hair, twirling it around. She mocked him, "Mu Sheng, you have a weak subject, don't you? No wonder you can't even make a bamboo dragonfly." Suddenly, Black Lotus stated bluntly, "The length of the vine is 12 chi." Lin Meow Meow was incredulous and overjoyed. She patted Black Lotus's shoulder with her hand. "Muziki, you're amazing. You are the embodiment of our ancestors' wisdom." Black Lotus became embarrassed by her praise, but thought to himself, "If I had known, I would have just ignored her. What a crazy rabbit." However, Lin Meow Meow was getting drowsy and sleepy. She called out, "Muziki, why aren't we there yet?" Then she groggily opened her eyes and saw a small green snake coiled around Black Lotus's leg. Her hair stood on end instantly, and she screamed. She immediately started swatting at it with her hand, shouting, "Get away! Get away!" Suddenly, Black Lotus slapped her hand. Then he kicked the little green snake away and casually threw a fire talisman. But Lin Meow Meow questioned Black Lotus, "Why did you hit me?" Black Lotus, filled with rage, turned his head and scolded her. "That's a snake. Are you trying to die, grabbing it with your bare hands?" Lin Meow Meow said pitifully, "It was crawling on you. It was so urgent, I wasn't thinking." All right. We're about to reach the shore." Black Lotus's heart warmed, but his anger had not subsided. He slowly put Lin Meow Meow down and then questioned her, "Do you think I can't handle a mere water snake?" Lin Meow Meow looked even more pitiful, but still said, "I was overthinking it. Young Master Mu is all-powerful. How could you possibly stumble in a small ditch?" Black Lotus was retorted into silence. Suddenly, there was a rustling sound from the bushes. The furious Black Lotus threw a paper talisman without hesitation, shouting angrily, "What is that? Get out here!" The princess was instantly stunned by the explosion. Lu Fui and Mu Yao came over upon hearing the sound, asking what had happened. Lin Meow Meow was utterly speechless. "It's the princess." Black Lotus, however, said sarcastically, "I don't know. Her Highness was hiding in the dark, being sneaky. I'm not always careful with my actions and almost injured Her Highness by mistake." Ziki was wrong. The princess saw her clothes were burnt and burst into tears, filled with rage. She shouted angrily, "How dare you? Do you know how many kinds of incense I used to scent this? How many new skirts I tried on that I wasn't satisfied with? How many times I changed my makeup? And you burned it all." But before she could finish, Lu Fui stepped forward with concern, asking her, "Your Highness, what happened?" The princess was instantly embarrassed, stammering, "Brother Lu, oh, I have something to tell you." Mu Yao turned and walked away, saying, "I'm going for a walk in the woods." But Lu Fui called out to her, "Yaoer, don't go too far. Stay where I can see you." The atmosphere instantly became delicate. Lin Miao Miao pulled Black Lotus along, saying awkwardly, "This has nothing to do with us. Let's go." She thought to herself, in such a huge dramatic scene, it's better to leave some face for the pitiful second female lead. So the two of them found a prime spot to watch the drama unfold. Black Lotus casually threw a fire talisman and started a bonfire. Lin Miao Miao was surprised. Fire talismans can be used to start fires? Black Lotus looked impressed, saying, "You do have some self-awareness." Lin Miao Miao was instantly exasperated and about to retort. Black Lotus's lips curled up slightly as he continued, "But when it comes to being likable, you're much better than her." This Black Lotus is really not being honest with his feelings. He clearly likes Lin Miao Miao a lot, yet he constantly teases her. Although you can't compare to the princess in any way, you are more likable than her. This instantly filled Lin Miao Miao with joy. "Are you telling the truth?" Black Lotus shot her down without hesitation. Of course it's fake. Lin Miao Miao pouted, annoyed by him, feeling even more displeased. She knew Black Lotus couldn't say anything nice, but she was still concerned about Black Lotus. "Let me switch shifts with you." Black Lotus was incredulous, but still said, "I'll watch the fire for a while and rest a bit." Lin Miao Miao became even more concerned. "That you've been at it for most of the night. Aren't you tired? And you carried me for such a long way. Aren't you going to sleep?" Black Lotus's face instantly turned red, and he was deeply moved. "Ever since I was a child on so many training trips, no one has ever suggested that I should also rest." Then Lin Miao Miao stretched and yawned, calling out, "I'm talking to you. What are you spacing out for? Make a decision quickly. I'm getting sleepy." Black Lotus was utterly speechless, but still said, "You go to sleep." Lin Miao Miao happily agreed, turned around, lay down, and fell asleep in less than a second. This left Black Lotus even more speechless. However, he still took off his cloak and covered her with it, muttering, "This person really, to be able to fall asleep so carelessly next to someone like me. When I first met her, I also touched the mole on her lip. Why didn't I discover back then that this face could be so alluring?" At the same time, he couldn't help but reach out to touch her. Suddenly, Black Lotus became shy and quickly pulled his hand back, and he pushed her awake. Lin Miao Miao was completely bewildered. She quickly sat up, crying out in alarm, "What's wrong? What's wrong? What happened?" Then she puffed up with anger. "What kind of person are you? I thought it was morning already. I'd only been asleep for a few minutes, and you woke me up." Black Lotus shyly and quickly turned his head away, saying, "You've slept long enough. It's time for us to switch." Lin Miao Miao sighed deeply. "Did I sleep for a long time? I don't feel it all. It's like I didn't sleep at all." Black Lotus's heart was pounding rapidly. Then he instantly fell into a dream. The sound of bells echoed in his mind. An enchanting Lin Miao Miao appeared before him again. He slowly approached her and grabbed her hand, then kissed her without hesitation. Suddenly, the bells rang again, and he returned to reality. However, at this moment, Lin Miao Miao was staring at him with bright eyes, her heart full of hesitation. "He's not moving at all. Is he asleep or not? Forget it. I'll just cover him up first." Then, she put the cloak over Black Lotus. Then she turned to leave. Suddenly, Black Lotus grabbed her hand and pulled gently. Lin Miao Miao instantly lost her balance and fell right into Black Lotus's arms, shouting, "Ziki, you're dreaming. Black Lotus is really too sweet." He kissed her without hesitation in his sleep. In reality, he was even more brazenly taking advantage of the situation. Suddenly, Black Lotus woke up with a start and pushed Lin Miao Miao away. Lin Miao Miao fell to the ground, furious. She jumped up and let out a roar at Black Lotus. And she complained angrily, "What on earth is wrong with this person? So unreasonable. This is so infuriating." At dawn, everyone returned to the Li residence. Black Lotus sat alone in the courtyard, dazed. Mu Yao walked over and asked with concern, "Asheng, you looked pale last night. Are you not feeling well? Come, let your sister take a look. Black Lotus quickly dodged and said he was fine. But then he saw Lin Meow Meow walking over. His face instantly turned red, and he quickly stood up. I'm going back. Then he slammed the door shut with a loud bang. Lin Meow Meow was instantly speechless. Meow, however, looked puzzled. What's wrong with him? Lin Meow Meow pouted, very displeased. How should I know what's gotten into him? Back in his room, Black Lotus sighed, that I really have lost my mind. Otherwise, why is it that every time I close my eyes, all I see is the scene of her pinned beneath me? So, to alleviate his romantic feelings, he imagined himself brutally torturing little demons to vent the fire in his heart. On the other side, Lin Meow Meow saw so many desserts. Her eyes sparkled with excitement. She asked Mrs. Lee, "Did you make all of these?" Then she started eating voraciously, not forgetting to praise, "This is so delicious." The 10th lady was overjoyed. "Miss, you have a good taste. Today's jasmine tea is specially paired with the desserts." Suddenly, a system notification appeared in Lin Meow Meow's mind. Mu Shang's favorability has reached 75%. Please keep up the good work. Lin Meow Meow was completely bewildered. I haven't even seen this Black Lotus while he's been alone, and my favorability can increase out of thin air. What on earth is he doing in his room? Suddenly, Mu Yao asked the 10th lady, "I heard that Mrs. Lee's family is from Linxiu. You and young Masterly met in Jiangnan. Linxiu and Jiangnan, one in the north and one in the south, must be quite far apart." The 10th lady explained, "I started traveling when I was very young. I set out from Linxiu, traveling and studying along the way. I learned some basic medical skills from shamans and doctors." Mu Yao continued to ask, "When did you meet young Masterly?" The 10th lady recounted with a sad expression, "When I met Azhun, he was still very young. I wanted to settle down in Jiangnan at that time and open a medical clinic for a living. Back then, Sister Fong was still alive and Choo Choo hadn't been born yet. They had a very good relationship. Every evening, they would walk out hand in hand. At that time, Sister Fong even asked Azhun to guess whether the baby in her belly was a boy or a girl. Sister Fong wanted a boy just like Azhun. Azhun would then smile, poke her belly and say, "I'd rather have a girl as beautiful as you." Hearing her story, Lin Meow Meow was puzzled. Why is this 10th lady's way of narrating so strange? But she couldn't quite put her finger on what was strange about it. The 10th lady was sad and silent. Continuing her story, Sister Fong's health was always poor. After Choo Choo was born, Sister Fong passed away due to an asthma attack during childbirth. I saw Azhun raising the child alone, immersed in grief every day. Choo Choo also had the same asthma. I studied medicine diligently just to be able to help Azhun. One day, 2 years later, Choo Choo suddenly had an asthma attack. Due to the wet nurse's negligence, she almost lost her life. Fortunately, I arrived in time. Just as Mu Yao was about to ask something else, a child ran in shouting, "Sister Mu, Brother Lu has already sent the princess back to Chang'an. He's waiting in the courtyard now." Mu Yao quickly stood up and took her leave from Mrs. Lee. Lin Meow Meow was awkward and silent. "Sister Mu has already left. Should I also find an excuse to leave? Forget it. I'll just go." She had just taken a step when the 10th lady called out to her. Lin Meow Meow turned her head and asked, "Madam, do you have something to say to me?" Could this be the ultimate secret of how the 10th lady made Li Juan love her? She personally cooked his 3 meals a day. When he was sick, she personally attended to him by his bedside, never taking off her clothes. She even tolerated all his shortcomings, loved all his imperfections, and was willing to give him all her time, energy, abilities, and even her life. Just now, the 10th lady stopped Lin Meow Meow, who was about to leave, and asked her, "Are you wondering why Azhun can love me so much when I look like this?" Lin Meow Meow said awkwardly, "No." But she thought to herself, although the 10th lady looked strange, her appearance shouldn't be a target for attack. She shouldn't be so insecure either. However, the 10th lady told Lin Meow Meow, "Azhun loves me because no one in this world loves him more than I do. I even achieved the ultimate secret to making him love me, which is to give an equal amount of love." The 10th lady's ultimate secret was like a sudden enlightenment, striking Lin Meow Meow and making her stride away quickly to escape. Unexpectedly, she bumped into Black Lotus, who was coming towards her. However, she paid him no mind, still immersed in the secret. Even when Black Lotus told her that the business was opening tonight, the foodie in her just gave a soft, "Oh," and then she quickly left. Black Lotus was puzzled. What is this silly rabbit thinking about now? Lin Meow Meow, who had run into the courtyard, was constantly roaring. If it's exchanging love for love, that's really a stupid method. If you meet the right person, it's twice the result with half the effort. But what if you meet the wrong person? Night fell. Li Juan hosted a banquet for Lu Fui. Lin Meow Meow sighed with emotion. These past few days, when Brother Lu wasn't here, Li Juan was so depressed. As soon as Brother Lu came back, he prepared good wine and food. Brother Lu's face has gotten rounder from eating. Lin Meow Meow suddenly felt as if someone was watching her. So she turned her head to look and found Black Lotus staring at her out of the corner of his eye. She slowly approached Black Lotus and asked, "Why are you looking at me?" Black Lotus said sourly, "Just eat your food." "Why are you staring at Lu Fui?" Lin Meow Meow smiled mischievously. "Brother Lu is handsome and elegant. Should I be looking at you instead of him? Besides, look, Sister Mu is also staring at Brother Lu. Why don't you do something about that?" Black Lotus was stunned on the spot, embarrassed, but internally, he was gritting his teeth and fuming with rage. Suddenly, the wet nurse came in with Choo Choo, saying, "Miss slept too much last night. She's not sleepy now and is full of energy, insisting on coming out to play." Li Juan, however, sweetly teased Choo Choo. The day before yesterday, Choo Choo said she wanted to play with Sister Mu and Brother Lu. Yesterday, you missed them. You're still thinking about it today, aren't you, Choo Choo? Choo Choo sat down between Mu Yao and Lu Fui and asked Brother Lu, Sister Mu, "Do you know how to play cat's cradle?" Mu Yao was instantly filled with motherly love. "Does Choo Choo want to play? I'll teach you." Suddenly, Li Juan stood up to leave, explaining to everyone, "The 10th lady has a stomach ache today and couldn't join the meal. I'll have to trouble Brother Lu to look after Choo Choo for a bit. I'll go check on my wife first." Lu Fui told him not to worry. "Brother Li, please go ahead. When Choo Choo gets tired later, I'll have the wet nurse take her back." Li Juan quickly left. Choo Choo, holding the red string, asked Mu Yao, "Sister Mu, what do I do? I don't know how to do it anymore." Lin Meow Meow was instantly thrilled. "I'll do it." Then she went over and taught Choo Choo how to play with the red string. Unexpectedly, Black Lotus also followed. But when Choo Choo saw the look in Black Lotus's eyes, she was so scared that she trembled and fell silent. Mu Yao looked helpless. "Ashung, why don't you go for a walk? You're scaring her." Black Lotus turned and left without a word. But he didn't forget to glance back at Lin Meow Meow. Seeing her having so much fun, he turned back and lifted Lin Meow Meow from behind. Lin Meow Meow started shouting, "Sister Mu told you to leave. Why are you pulling me?" But Black Lotus ignored her. Lin Meow Meow waved her hands, shouting, "Brother Lu, save me." Lu Fui, however, showed a kind smile and advised her, "Meow Meow, it's good for you two to go out and get some fresh air." Lin Meow Meow, who was dragged out, puffed her cheeks and waved her fists that "I've figured it out. I can't count on anyone, especially not Brother Lu." However, the jealous Black Lotus questioned her, "Are you that unwilling to come out with me?" A Black Lotus who dreams and gets jealous is really too cute. As soon as he sees Lin Meow Meow getting close to anyone, he instantly turns into a pot of vinegar. He doesn't even spare a child. So, he carried Lin Meow Meow out without hesitation. He even questioned her, "Are you that unwilling to leave with me?" Lin Meow Meow felt wronged. It's bright and warm inside, but dark and cold outside. And there's the yin-yang rift. It's dangerous everywhere. Who would want to come out? Black Lotus unfastened his cloak without hesitation and draped it over Lin Meow Meow, muttering, "You knew it was cold outside. Didn't I tell you to wear more at night?" However, Lin Meow Meow retorted, "I did wear more. I even put on my autumn padded jacket. Look." She even stuck out her hand to prove it. But Black Lotus was not having it. "Then give me back my cloak." Lin Meow Meow immediately held onto the cloak with both hands, shouting playfully, "I won't." Suddenly, Lin Meow Meow pointed to the sky and shouted, "Mu Shun, look, there are stars." The straightforward Black Lotus, however, looked puzzled. "Have you never seen stars before?" The excited Lin Meow Meow instantly deflated that you're no fun at all. Black Lotus was speechless. Lin Meow Meow also understood that he was just a straightforward guy. So she continued, "They say children can see things that adults can't. Do you think Choo Choo also saw something today?" Black Lotus was even more confused. What did she see? Lin Meow Meow's lips curled up slightly as she poked him with her finger. "She saw your true nature, of course." Black Lotus's face instantly turned red as he recalled the intimate moments with Lin Meow Meow. He instantly turned his head and stepped back, forcing himself to stop thinking about it. He still asked, "What is my true nature?" But Lin Meow Meow took a step forward, getting closer, and poked his heart with her finger. "You're two-faced. You have a venomous heart. Anyway, you're not on the same path as Sister Mu and Brother Lu." Suddenly, Black Lotus grabbed her. His eyes stared at her. How are we not on the same path? Lin Meow Meow also stared back at him, not forgetting to retort, they can die for the common people. Can you? Black Lotus asked back, can you? Lin Meow Meow's face turned red, and she quickly pulled her hand back, not forgetting to say, that's really hard to say. I'm a petty person. I don't dare to answer big questions easily. However, if my closest relatives or my beloved were in danger, I would be willing to live for them and die for them. Black Lotus, however, fell into deep thought. Lin Meow Meow asked him, Ziki, you have a mother, right? Not Sister Moo's mother, but your mother. She thought to herself, should I tell them what I saw in the fragment? Black Lotus looked puzzled. Lin Meow Meow continued, if your mother was a courtesan in a brothel, a woman of the night, what would you do? Black Lotus looked contemplative and hesitant, but still said it wouldn't matter. But he secretly made a resolution in his heart. If there really is such a person, I will definitely do my best to be good to her, so that she has no more worries. Whoever dares to bully her, hurt her, or push her into confusion, I will find them one by one and make sure they never reincarnate. Suddenly, Lin Meow Meow asked, how old were you when you were separated from her? Black Lotus looked sad. The Moo family lied to me and said I was 3. But in my memory, I was around 7 when we separated. I can't remember the specific details. Then your mother must have loved you very much. And you love her too, right? Black Lotus sighed deeply. She loves me, and I love her. But I've never seen her again. However, Lin Meow Meow was thinking, although it's not good to hurt Black Lotus like this, his obsession might need a strong medicine to be cured. Let me be the bad guy. So she called out, Mu Sheng, you have a missing mother whom you love very much. You grew up by your sister's side, with only her care. Is it possible that she just happened to fill that void? Could it be that you've actually transferred your love for your mother onto your sister? But before she could finish, Black Lotus shouted furiously, shut up, don't say another word. This Lin Meow Meow really cares too much about Black Lotus. To open his heart, she was willing to violate the system's rules. She didn't hesitate to provoke Black Lotus with her words, but was met with his fierce and angry rebuke. This left Lin Meow Meow a little at a loss. It seemed she was too hasty, but it was all her own subjective speculation, and she rashly used it to poke at someone's pain. She originally wanted to make him let go of his obsession, but ended up provoking him instead. So she immediately raised her hand and swore, I won't say it anymore. I'll never say it again. Don't be angry, okay? However, Black Lotus ignored her. He turned and left in anger, thinking to himself, what a self-righteous person. But is it really like that? Like she said, but how dare she say that? It must be nonsense. However, in the room, Choo Choo was looking around, terrified. Moo Yao was puzzled and asked Choo Choo, what are you looking at? Choo Choo whispered to Moo Yao, sister, I'll tell you a secret. The 11th lady can change her face. Every night, she turns into another face, a very beautiful sister's face, and sleeps with daddy. I'm so scared. I miss mommy. Moo Yao and Lu Fui looked at each other, instantly understanding each other's thoughts. Suddenly, Black Lotus walked in. Moo Yao saw how pale he looked. She immediately stood up with concern and reached out her hand, asking, what's wrong with you? Are you not feeling well? Black Lotus leaned back, dodging Moo Yao's hand, and said he was fine. Moo Yao was worried that Sheng seems to have grown up recently. He's starting to have his own secrets, and he's become more distant from me. I don't know whether to be pleased or disappointed. Lu Fui directly asked Meow Meow. Black Lotus replied, unhappily, she's behind. Then Lin Meow Meow walked in. The two of them stood together, and the atmosphere instantly became delicate. The straightforward Lu Fui finally understood that these two were having a fight, but he had to explain that now was not the best time to mediate their conflict. He immediately stood up and said, there's something I need to discuss with you all. After hearing it, Lin Meow Meow was completely stunned. Oh, you're saying the 10th lady is a painted skin demon? Lu Fui explained to her, she only paints her skin at night, and she can control Li Juan to be completely obedient to her during the day as well. When a painted skin demon reaches a high level, human essence is not enough to satisfy its greed. It also needs to absorb a large amount of yin energy. Lin Meow Meow was dumbfounded, even more surprised. Oh, you're saying she has already evolved to a high level? So she tricked Li Juan into moving his family to Jinyang Slope. The yin energy here is heavy, and it even gave rise to the yin-yang rift. A few days ago, the 10th lady told us the story of how she and Li Juan met. At that time, I couldn't figure out what was wrong. Now I understand. In her story, there was only Li Juan and his wife, but not her. She was like a blade of grass or a flower in the courtyard, observing their lives without participating in them. She also said she was Li Juan's friend. But how could a friend not even have a single conversation? But the 10th lady, who claims to love Li Juan the most, could she really be the painted skin demon who is draining his essence and manipulating him? Her theory of exchanging love for love is a complete joke. In the end, she still relies on a beautiful face that can topple nations. But Lin Miao Miao still asked, what should we do? Mu Yao, however, told her that she had already set up a 7 kills formation on the ground outside her room. If she is indeed a great demon, she will be trapped by the formation as soon as she steps out of her room. But it's not convenient for us to enter her room, so we need Choo Choo's cooperation. So she took out a talisman that could weaken a great demon's power and control its movements and gave it to Choo Choo, instructing her, tonight, when the 11th lady is putting you to sleep, find a chance to stick this on the door. Don't let her find out. Can you do it? Choo Choo agreed. Muya didn't forget to add, we'll find out tomorrow if she's a great demon or not. Tomorrow night, we'll go to the incense factory again to see what other secrets it holds without the great demon's control. After hearing this, Black Lotus turned and left. Mu Yao called out to him, but Black Lotus ignored her. Mu Yao turned to ask Lin Miao Miao, but found that Lin Miao Miao had already disappeared without a trace. Black Lotus returned to his room and sat on the bed. Suddenly, his eyes filled with killing intent, and he shouted, "Who's there?" He immediately lifted the bed curtain and found that it was Lin Miao Miao. He saw the drunk Lin Miao Miao holding a wine bottle and asked, "Why are you on my bed?" This Lin Miao Miao really loves Black Lotus too much. To appease Black Lotus's anger, she got herself drunk late at night and climbed into Black Lotus's bed, leaving Black Lotus at a loss, unable to believe it. "Why are you on my bed?" However, Lin Miao Miao told him, "Your room is so dark, why don't you light a lamp?" "Can you see?" Black Lotus was puzzled. The candles in the room were shining brightly. How could she not see them? He asked, "Did you drink?" Lin Miao Miao shook the wine jug and drunkenly replied to Black Lotus, "Wine gives courage to the timid, you know? It takes a lot of courage to climb into your bed. I was afraid you'd throw me out." However, the unromantic Black Lotus kicked her off the bed without hesitation. Lin Miao Miao refused. She hugged the bedpost and refused to leave. Black Lotus was speechless. "You're not even sleeping now. What are you doing lazing on my bed?" Lin Miao Miao drunkenly said, "I'll just sit here for a bit. Don't be so stingy." Then she whined, "Ziki." Black Lotus was even more speechless. However, Lin Miao Miao asked Black Lotus, "Do you drink?" "Ziki, it's so boring to go to bed this early. You have no nightlife at all, and we're gonna catch a demon tomorrow. Let's play a little longer today, okay? Say something, Ziki, say something." Black Lotus's face turned red, and he grunted to himself, "How can there be such a woman running to a man's bed in the middle of the night to drink?" So he continued to shoo Lin Miao Miao away. "What are you doing here? Go back to your own room." Lin Miao Miao threw a tantrum, flailing her arms and shouting defiantly, "I'm just not leaving." Black Lotus's face was red, and he was panting. He thought to himself, "My current cultivation, the future of the Mu family, and my sister, all these things that were so orderly in my mind, I forget them all as soon as I see her." Lin Miao Miao pouted and muttered. Black Lotus couldn't stand it anymore. "How much did you drink?" So he opened the wine jug and was speechless. "You drank it all?" Lin Miao Miao looked proud, even giving a thumbs up, and said, "I chugged it all in one go." Black Lotus was furious and asked, "Then what the hell are you asking me to drink with you?" However, Lin Miao Miao was excited. She reached into her clothes and started rummaging around. In a moment, she pulled out a jug of wine. "Come on, there's plenty. I saved some for you. Feel it. It's still warm. I specially kept it in my clothes to warm it up for you." Seeing how magical she was, Black Lotus remembered the intimate scenes with her in his dream. It made him grit his teeth, his body heat rising. How can there be such a woman? The drunk Lin Miao Miao was completely unaware and continued to ask, "Are you drinking or not? Give me some face." Black Lotus was furious and couldn't bear it anymore. With a flick of his arm, the candle was instantly extinguished. Lin Miao Miao was not happy and complained, "What's wrong with you? Drinking in the dark? Can you even see my face?" Black Lotus was arrogant. "It's better if I can't see it." However, Black Lotus looked as if he was facing death. He picked up the wine jug and poured it directly into his mouth. Lin Miao Miao immediately stopped him. "Don't drink too much. Leave some for me, will you?" Black Lotus was speechless again. Who gave him this strong liquor? It's so strong and pungent. However, Lin Miao Miao was chattering away, "You're no fun. You only care about drinking yourself. Don't you know what it means to exchange toasts?" Then she picked up the wine jug and started drinking. Black Lotus put his hands on her and was about to snatch it. Lin Meow Meow stopped him. I haven't even finished drinking. What are you snatching it for? Before long, they had both finished the wine and were leaning against each other, drunk. Black Lotus didn't forget to ask, why are you drinking in the middle of the night? And you even came to my bed to drink. Lin Meow Meow looked sad. I'm a little upset. Black Lotus sneered. Even Miss Lin has times when she's upset. Lin Meow Meow replied, I came to apologize to you. I'm sorry, Ziki. Black Lotus, however, looked disdainful. Lin Meow Meow crawled onto Black Lotus, her eyes gazing at him affectionately, and said, Ziki, I really came to apologize. I shouldn't have said that just now. I'm sorry. This Lin Meow Meow really lives up to the saying, wine gives courage to the timid. She climbed onto Black Lotus's bed with a wine jug and chattered away defiantly. No matter how much Black Lotus tried to shoo her away, she refused to leave. She even crawled into Black Lotus's arms to apologize. Black Lotus couldn't take it anymore and pushed Lin Meow Meow away with his hand, shouting, All right, Lin Meow Meow, shut up. But Lin Meow Meow laughed. As a friend, I'm actually worried about you. No, that's wrong. I'm concerned about you. Black Lotus stared at her and asked, Then what are you concerned about? Lin Meow Meow was thrilled. She held Black Lotus's face with both hands. You and Sister Moo are not suitable for each other. If you like Sister Moo, you'll be miserable. No one will understand you. Your flower petals will wilt from worry. Like someone else. Moo Sheng, like someone else? Okay. Black Lotus asked with a deep and affectionate look, Then who should I like? Lin Meow Meow slowly let go of his face. She held her own face with both hands and said, You can like me. Someone like me. Then I'll raise you to be plump and fair. Black Lotus was caught off guard, sighing in his heart. She's really drunk and starting to talk nonsense. However, before Black Lotus could say anything, Lin Meow Meow slowly leaned towards Black Lotus and kissed him without hesitation. Black Lotus couldn't believe it. How could she be so bold? However, after the kiss, Lin Meow Meow was full of regret. What a pity. I have to say, Brother Lu, we are not fated in this life. But it's okay. I'll introduce you to someone good another day. But in her heart, she was crying her eyes out, heartbroken. There's no other way. I still have a mission to complete. Black Lotus pushed Lin Meow Meow away without hesitation. Lin Meow Meow was furious. Why did you push me? You're shameless. However, Black Lotus was not having it. He grabbed Lin Meow Meow. Get up now. Go back to your own room. He thought to himself, if I listen to her any longer, my heart might just explode. So he continued to shoo Lin Meow Meow away. However, Lin Meow Meow refused to leave. This bed is softer than mine. I want to sleep here. Black Lotus exploded. Then where do I go? Lin Meow Meow pouted and stared at him sideways. You go sleep in mine. It's right across. Go on, don't bother me. Then she turned over and went to sleep. Black Lotus was utterly speechless, gritting his teeth in anger. He grabbed his cloak and left. The next morning, Lu Fui knocked on Black Lotus's door, repeatedly calling a Sheng. Then he pushed the door open and was incredulous, shocked. He shouted in his heart, Why is she here? And so many wine jars. So he immediately went over and shook Lin Meow Meow vigorously, shouting, Meow Meow, wake